All right, good morning. Welcome, one and all, everybody, back to Race to Atlantis. It has been a while for many of us, but here we are. It's going to be a good time. I am Kraken. I am your captain, your Bilgerat, and your DM for today. But with a more mixed cast of characters going on here. So can I get other people to introduce themselves, top to bottom, who you're playing?
Hi, my name is Breaks, and generally I'm a Codium in this case, but at the moment I'm just playing little NPC Sam, who is a coconut with attitude issues.
Hi, I'm Middy. I'm going to be playing Georgie, who is a worn Toonkind spider, and she's usually from the Trickster crew.
Hi, I'm Ghosty. I'm going to be playing Mr. Mantis, who is a Toonkind mantis shrimp pirate, who is usually with the pirate crew.
Pirates represent.
I'm on mute. Listen, I'm Jazz. I'm screwed up now. You made me mess up my intro.
It's so good.
Jazziest AAA battery this side of the county line, or just Jazz for short. I was trying to fuck around because I've got the voice changer working again.
Yay!
Woo!
Return
and
of
I'm
the
playing,
King.
Which of course the voice changer is used for Little Joe, my bastard robot.
Fantastic. And I already mentioned this. I'm playing Bilgerat. Currently, probably the definition of anxiety.
Oh, I know that feeling.
To be fair, considering the circumstances, that could apply to a large swath of the overall cast.
Yep.
Speaking of the current circumstances, though, quick recap. Been a hot minute. So, last we left off, for the explorers and tricksters, they had run into each other on a particular island. It went... it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. That is true.
It could have been worse. There was a little bit of PvP, but don't worry about it. They found some peace, and then luckily there was nothing more unifying than finding a mysterious cave entrance. Because, ooh, new cave, what this? Which was exactly when, that moment, not that I've ever seen it, but the waves pull back from the shore, and you're like, huh, that's weird, and then you realize, wait, that's like an incoming sign of the apocalypse, right?
Tsunami incoming.
Yeah, giant wave carrying a ship that is familiar to a few people there, mostly Thad, maybe the other tricksters, aka the Final Cut, the ship that the tricksters are on. Being followed
none of the
by
tricksters actually noticed because they were too involved with the cave.
Fair enough. The cave is very enthralling. Who doesn't love a good cave? I sure hope people love a good cave, because everyone, including the pirates, are now in it.
Yep.
It was chaos. It was a lot of water. A lot has happened in a short amount of time, and now I think we're going to have everyone roll perceptions to open this out.
Woo.
It is dark. It is cold. Those are the immediate obvious things.
Okay.
Gosh darn it.
It's all good.
Woo.
Oh, we are starting strong.
Give me a minute.
No.
I'm trying. I had it. I just need to figure out how it works again.
Yep, so exclamation R space Yeah, or what
R.
Jazz typed out.
Space.
Yeah.
D20.
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh,
And
wow.
Wow.
wait, I didn't put it.
Blind.
The highest there is like a
Yeah.
12. Jeez.
Why did I get the highest? I was the one who's like glitched the fuck out an hour ago.
To be fair, it is a little bit better because Mantis does have a +1 wisdom, so it's 11. Not great.
Wow.
Not great.
Dear, oh dear.
I
Yeah,
mean, it is
so...
dark in here. This tracks.
This tracks, yeah. Highest with a 12 and... Oof. Lowest being a 5. So, starting from the bottom. You know what? The 5 for Sam makes sense. Because, Sam, you had been given the very important job, of guarding the explorer's ship, aka the Witty. And you have ended up in here much the same, actually, as the pirates, aka this giant wave slammed in and ended up tossing you in here.
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, naturally buoyant.
Yep. Listen, I am just imagining Sam eventually coming to a stop and rest, spinning on his back, little limbs flailing.
Turtle mode.
Yes, exactly turtle mode. And it is cold. It is damp. Sam, you cannot see a thing. What just happened? Everything happened so fast.
There's a sound like a tea kettle going off.
Aw.
It's just slowly rising in pitch.
Angry rage bean.
That is correct. You have described Sam in one little descriptor. It's a sound that Bilgerat doesn't hear, at least not at the moment, because, if anything, probably the only sound that Bilgerat is hearing at the moment is whatever the fuck cursed static and or crunching noises Little Joe is making. Because, on God, he had not let go of that robot in the flee from the, robot killing juice, aka water. Has definitely dragged both of them up onto, like, a shelf somewhere. And part of that 9 perception is absolutely just him flat on his back, catching his breath, because holy shit, Little Joe is heavy.
I'm surprised Bilgerat managed to move him at all, if I'm being honest.
He got a nat 20 for it last session is the
I know.
answer. That's literally the only reason why he has succeeded in getting
adrenaline.
Little Joe to a high ground. Congrats, it's dry.
Congratulations.
Congration. Oh dear. With the 11s, Georgie and Mr. Mantis is dark, is cold. There's some kind of weird... There's a weird noise on the edge of your perception. It maybe sounds like a tea kettle, which is a weird thing to be hearing down here, but maybe a bit more importantly, hey Jazz, question for you. How's Little Joe's screen doing? Is that thing on?
It was an int flare. Yes. So there's a slightly different mechanic for if the flare in this case is for intelligence, which it was, which is why he completely crashed. Cause if it's another stat being affected, then he's still like conscious in a sense. Like you can still hear him, you can still talk. But because it was an int flare, he just completely blue screened. So it's not even like not just his face. Like you know how like his vest is kind of like his vest can change colors. It's that part of his design. It's on like a separate layer and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like his vest also is like glitching out in terms of how it looks. So like the colors are completely wrong. It's you can see anything in this cave. It's probably him right now.
That's exactly my point.
Oh, my head. All right. No one panic. Let me see.
There's this discordant twanging noise, and Georgie's gonna cast light.
Excellent.
Dylan, Minnie, everyone okay? Dylan, Minnie, Corey. Oh God, I've lost the kids. Someone tell me not to panic.
Sound off, who's alive?
Uh,
Tea kettle noises.
Sound off. Who is here?
Maybe Mr. Mantis. Are there any other pirates here?
For legal reasons, I'm gonna say no.
Crickets.
I think I recognize some of those voices. Hi. It's Georgie, by the way. I don't know if I introduced myself to any of y'all.
Bilgerat has crawled over to the lip of the ledge he's pulled himself up on, just peering over. It's like, to be fair, if you said it before, I completely ejected it from my mind.
Yeah, that's fair. Anybody else?
I be Mr. Mantis. I seem to have lost the rest of my crew. I hope they're all right, but they're rather good swimmers, so I'm optimistic.
Oh no.
I'm sure it's fine. We got the good old big hunk of metal up here with me.
The kids are
Glance
gone.
over
You can
shoulder
probably-
at little Joe.
You could he probably makes like a very, very grating glitch sound effect in response.
Good old internet dial-up screech.
Pretty much. And considering if they're in a cave right now, it probably echoes too, so it sounds horrible.
Oh, geez.
But you know, the rest of them know he's here now, so
Like a fax machine in hell.
yeah.
Georgie's violin bow is glowing, and she's kind of holding it up like a torch, kind of whipping her head around frantically, looking for the kids.
Bilgerat's ear twitches, and he says, "Oh no," because the tea kettle noise has been steadily growing, and it is now
Yep.
coexisting with little Joe's noise.
Yep. Entering like dog whistle.
If it was just Corey or Thad, it would be one thing, but it's the kids. I think I'm gonna have Georgie make a con save. Just a
Oh
second.
dear.
Oh no.
Bilgerat, meanwhile, is hopping down to go address the Sam situation, because good god.
Oh, okay, she's good.
Georgie is totally fine.
Georgie does not shrink to 3 inches tall. She is
She can
still a
do
little
that?
bit on edge. It's a thing that happens when she's feeling small and helpless and not very well.
Oh
Oh.
She has managed to bully her way through it this time, though.
Oh.
She is still a 5-foot tall spider.
Is Sam still just spinning?
Yeah, it's probably like just sort of a very lazy spin, but probably landed in one of the deeper puddles of water. So limbs cannot make contact with ground.
Oh jeez. You need a hand there, hun? Okay. Don't bite me or anything, okay?
Georgie's gonna try and haul them out of the water.
Okay.
Decent warning, he does bite.
Oh no.
Case in point, chomp. Or attempt to chomp. Okay.
I
That's
said don't bite me.
oh.
You're expecting decency out of,
No, that's a 23 to hit.
He's just like latched onto her arm. She's flailing wildly, spinning in circles.
Yep.
Get off.
Interesting thing though. Wait, no. D4 plus 3. Thank you.
Have you guys ever seen the thing cats do where, like, you think that they've calmed down and they stare at you for a minute and then they bite you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that's what Sam did.
You were healed for 6 healing damage.
I'm sorry, healed for 6?
Yep, healing damage.
Healing damage is one of my favorite bits.
Hence why Bilgerat has just been watching us like, yep.
And
Alright.
I think my headache's gone. What?
Yeah, he does that. Either hand him over or bring him over to, this guy over here.
I think now she's just like holding her arm out straight. He's just like dangling off of her.
just
She's gonna walk over to Bilgerat. Here's your coconut.
My burden. Thank you.
Well, I'm not gonna take responsibility for him, so yeah.
Bilgerat's gonna hold out hands to attempt to retrieve Rage Orb, and also glance down at Mr. Mantis. Like, what about you? You need any healing?
I'm fine. I don't think any of the shorts got me. I just, I'm still a little confused.
Ain't we all?
Where are we?
I don't even know where you came from.
Oh,
That's an excellent point. Where
I
did
kind
you
of,
come from?
there were, mechanical shorts, and I kind of jumped off the side of the boat to fight them, and, I seem to have been, disconnected from the rest of the boat this way.
What
Georgie
even?
blinks twice. She just kind of mouths to herself, mechanical sharks.
What even is your boat doing out here anyway? There's like supposed to be nothing out here.
We be, prospecting.
Prospecting.
there's gold in them waves.
Right.
Insight check?
Yeah.
Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah, I'd figure so. Bilgerat's focus is more on detaching coconut from Spider and then going to toss coconut at Little Joe to see if some bonking won't fix whatever glitch Little Joe's got going on.
Just holding rabbits and salmon.
Oh yeah, that's a
smacking him against Little
insight
Joe.
check. Georgie rolled an 11. She's a
Yeah.
little distracted by the coconut.
Yeah, that beats my deception roll. So.
Huh. Prospecting, huh? So you're just sort of taking your pickaxe to the ocean floor, huh?
Coral is very expensive.
Bringing along a little mining cart in a helmet, right?
I. On the tiny little blowtorch.
You realize I ain't buying this a bit, right?
I.
Listen, I'm a
going to
bot.
give
I
you a good
appreciate a
answer.
good story, but that's a little,
I.
Poor Mantis.
He's sort of vibrating between going between the desire to not admit that he's also going for whatever this other crew is going for because he's aware that there were other boats, and not admitting that he is also on there to essentially steal what they're looking for.
Oh no. Sam, what did you do?
Having made contact with Lil Joe,
Yeah.
smacka
Yep.
for healing damage.
Bilgerat basically just climbed up and either dropped or just held Sam close enough that Sam started bapping.
Smacka.
The bat itself like he takes the healing. He wasn't quite at max. But there's like a significant delay. But eventually, you're like singing question mark. It's very like out of tune and mired in the previously mentioned glitch effects. But it sounds like a folk song question mark. You guys know the Chemical Workers song?
I do.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's probably at the very beginning.
A process man am I, and I'm
Well, it's I don't know
The chorus?
or
Let's go, boys, go.
Yeah,
They'll
that.
time your every breath, and every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death, but you go.
You just hear that. It's like that slower, glitchy, quiet. Probably hard to discern if the rest of the characters don't know the song in the first place.
Which, as we've discussed, Bilgerat and Little Joe basically know the same work songs, yeah.
Is he okay?
He's been better. But,
Help!
Yep, there he is.
Then he shoots up. Glitching's still present, slowly, turns back into, like, the red and black separate properly. They're discernible as red and black. His face slowly comes back into focus.
Welcome back, big boy. You're welcome.
Suck my boot.
I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, tosses Sam back down to the others. Is gonna hop down himself. Right. Okay. Those were really low perception rolls earlier, guys.
My defense is I was unconscious.
Yes.
Fair enough.
You very much
There's
were.
enough time
Still
passed
got
that
the
we
highest
can.
perception roll.
Yeah.
Considering we now have light, yes, we can all make new perception rolls.
Woo!
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to getting a lower roll than I did previously.
Hey.
Oh, hey, yeah, the light is helping.
Oh, this is much better.
This is great. Thank you, Georgie.
Ah,
Holy shit. Breaks, you jinxed
really
yourself.
helping.
Oh, man. Good scores all around the boards. 15s and above. Hell yeah. So, with the light now emanating from Georgie's bow, it is still cold, it is still kind of damp, but it is no longer completely dark with only static effects to light your way. So, the good news is, it's not completely cramped in here. Other good news, all of you can immediately see there is, in fact, it's not a dead end. You've ended up in a chamber with 2 exits out, so that's nice. Good. Excellent. They're even on fairly level-ish ground, so no particularly strenuously climbing so far, it seems. Hooray!
Woo!
The floor is also on a bit of a slant, and the water that had washed you up here is slowly draining back down and away. There is also no other people that have been hiding around here. It is just you guys.
Well, the bad news is I don't hear any Grolix, which means Thad isn't here. Also no swearing, which means Corey is also missing. This is not ideal.
Vilja's just gonna hop down from where Bilgerat placed them. He said the water was starting to recede, so like maybe it's
Oh,
up
yeah.
like to his boots, but not much further.
Oh yeah,
I
it'd
guess.
be like, sort of splashy ankle at this point.
Yeah. So it's
Cool.
not seeping into him because that's what the boots are for.
Exactly.
Uh, so he just hops down and well, onwards. Not much else we can do.
Yep. The other news with those perceptions is everybody actually is able to hear. It's kind of a strange noise. It's not Sam's tea kettling. It's not the fumbling around of everybody trying to figure out where they are. It sounds like kind of a clickety clack, echoing. Completely unfamiliar sound to most of us, but Mr. Mantis, 15 perception. Yeah, that's ringing a bell. That sound is ringing a bell. You said mechanical sharks earlier? Yeah,
Oh no.
What's that?
Do you remember when I mentioned the mechanical sharks?
Yeah.
Sharks on
That
land?
noise is starting to sound awfully familiar.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Dear.
So are those gonna be like in the water and we just gotta avoid the water, or are they talking like land sharks?
Honestly, I was fighting them in the water, so I'm not sure if they can climb onto land. I kind of just saw something in the water and I was like, oh yeah, I can finally swim and fight something.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
Like
if
you
you do
do.
recall, they did turn into crabs.
I do think they can turn into crabs, however.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's how big were these things?
Right big, I think.
For you or for us?
Well, I had a crewmate who was about 6 foot, and they were rather large for him.
Okay.
Cool.
I have to. This is apologies to the people who have not experienced Little Joe's specific brand of stupidity before, but if no one, he's just gonna he's marching on ahead.
No.
Oh no.
Especially since with the 22s, Little Joe and Sam can both tell exactly where this sound is coming from.
Is
Is
it
Little
upstream
Joe
or
walking
downstream?
away from it or towards it?
Um,
Which path
Well-
is Little Joe taking?
well, considering one is a lot more flooded than the other, I'll let you leave that up to your imagination for which direction the not waterproof robot might be heading.
Fair enough. And the fortunate news on that front is the sounds are indeed coming from the tunnel, which slopes downwards, aka the one that has the water. So for once, Little Joe is walking away from the immediate danger.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
Mm-hmm.
We did it. Okay, you know what? For once, he has the right idea. Let's move. Because it is rapidly getting louder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I-
Coming or what?
Right,
Move,
coming,
move,
coming.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Like even Sam, like upon hearing like the clickety clack noises, just like stops, like swearing for a bit. Looks actually a little scared, and starts pushing at the back of Little Joe's legs. Like, go faster, go faster, go faster.
That's concerning.
If Sam starts pushing him, there's a solid chance he does just start breaking into a full sprint.
Yeah, good, good, good.
Ah, fuck, he's fast.
Uh,
Run. If I'm gonna scoop up Sam and run.
Yeah, there we go.
I think Mantis is going to scuttle as fast as he possibly can.
Which I'm sure mechanically is probably like 30 feet, but boy. Little
Many
legs
legs.
working. Mr. Krabs sound effect.
Exactly.
Which is good because right as the last person exits the chamber, there is actually a sound of scraping stone and... So it's not quite it's not quite a screech of metal on stone. Little Joe's probably very familiar enough with that sort of noise. But it does seem like distinctly the sound of something that is just a tad too big for getting into the chamber, deciding to Mr. Kool-Aid it anyway.
No.
Oh no.
So people can take a glance behind them if they wish, and or
I
they
do
can
wish.
keep going.
The curiosity is
Little
too
Joe's head
much.
can swivel
I look-
180 degrees. You bet he's looking.
Fuck yeah. Well, the light is with you guys, so it is rapidly leaving, which means you get an even more nightmarish glimpse of what the fuck as you turn a corner. But what everyone who glances behind sees, reflected by Georgie's bow, is limbs, a lot of limbs, that feels like a lot of little legs connected to a center mass. An antenna, maybe? It seems a little bug-like.
Nope, nope, nope.
Those are just gonna laugh.
The irony of a mantis shrimp being terrified of a crab is not lost on me.
If anything, Mr. Mantis, you know your crustacean shapes of similar to you. You actually know that's not quite a crab. If anything, this
The
be roll
lobster.
nature.
Okay.
Sure, nature.
Dude.
Looking like that in a while.
I think it's a seagull.
A
The dire seagull has finally come to kill Mr. Mantis.
It got away with
time.
Gibbs, and it's back for
It's your
more.
turn.
I don't think it's the many legs of it that's gonna bother Georgie.
Yeah.
She's used to many-legged things, but I think like just the size of it and the way it's moving is kind of off-putting.
Yep.
Little Joe's fine. He is not scared.
This is the time of Little Joe's life.
The running is the fun part. Like he's fine. Doing pretty great for a guy who, like 3 minutes ago, was passed the fuck out.
He is rebooted. He is doing fine.
He's refreshed.
Yeah.
He took a little nap.
Hydrated.
You know, it's
Oh,
short
Do
rest
not
sort
let
of
me
deal.
treat this robot.
They put him in a bag of rice and shook him around, and he's better.
Instead of hydrating the robot, you just lubricate.
Mhm.
But speaking of running, that's all going very well. Little Joe, you're in the lead. So you now get to choose at this fork. Are you going left or right?
Hold on.
Does little Joe notice in time? Well, like, does little Joe's head turn back around in
Well,
time to
That's
notice?
actually an incredible idea, Little Joe. Are you just eternally 180ing? Are you looking where you're going?
Yes.
It's a valid question.
He turned around, saw a robot, and said, like, giant, fucked up eldritch robot thing, essentially just went, cool, and turned back around. And left path. It's Little Joe. I had to coin flip it.
Nice.
He doesn't give a shit.
Of course he fucking did. Alright. Left path it is. Refer back to notes for a moment. Incredibly, I have those.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Little Joe, you've been merrily sprinting along your way, and you're still going full speed. And suddenly, it's, well, it's enough of a dead end that if you don't manage to halt your momentum enough, you're going to run smack into a wall. So
Is this you asking me for a save?
I think this. I'm just quickly being like, what kind of roll is this? I think that's like a dex saves from everyone to avoid running into a wall / the person in front of you, because we are all conga lining right now.
Oh no.
Sam is going to attempt to hinder Bilgerat.
How is Sam doing this? Because Sam is currently like under the arm.
Little bastard man.
Tickle.
Okay. In that case, Bilgerat's definitely doing this at disadvantage, and if you like, you could roll to tickle.
Was that sleight of hand?
Yes.
I think this is the first time I've heard roll to tickle in a D&D game. I love it.
A 16.
Which, corresponding, I guess, con save for Bilgerat to see if he's fucking ticklish. Which is a flat 0. Jesus Christ. Alright, going back to the results for a moment.
Georgie's just gonna like dig in all 4 heels to kind of screech to a halt.
Georgie is just fine. Georgie has many legs with which to slow her progress.
23.
23, baby.
I feel like a 9 Mantis, like some seaweed falls off of Mantis's head and he slips on it.
Little Joe, that's a fucking 8.
Little Joe's a lot more simple. Remember when we said he weighs a lot?
Yep.
Oh no.
Crash.
Hard to stop on a dime.
Smack. Bilgerat, meanwhile, had been on his way to an okay skid to a stop. But then Sam, like, jams little fingers into his side. And he actually screeches, he actually kind of, like, screams a bit. Because his initial thought is, like, it's trying to fucking kill me again. His legitimately first thought was, like, I'm getting stabbed.
No, is it like a normal scream or is it like with like rats where they go?
Yeah. Absolute screech as his initial thought is I'm getting stabbed.
Oh no.
Which isn't entirely unrealistic.
Yeah, I mean,
Poor
yeah.
Bilgerat.
It is Sam.
It is Sam. And then the reality hits next of tickling? And with a 10 con save, he doesn't quite fall to the ground, but I think he drops Sam like he's scorching hot and just like over wheezing. No, fucking yeets him. Little Joe, bonk.
So Little Joe fucking he just smacked into the wall, a deafening clang. His head probably fell off because it is not attached to him, so it kept going, bumped against the wall, bounced off. Full tune style. Full just cartoon spinning for a moment. And then, of course, the coconut just bonks him in the back.
What if he just gets stuck in the spot where Lil Joe's head goes?
Sam just gets stuck in Little Joe's neck hole.
Again?
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you stop?
Wall.
The good news is, as Bilgerat peeks around Little Joe's legs, it's not a complete wall. It's enough of a barrier that they couldn't just run blindly forward. Good news, great news for the likes of Mr. Mantis and Sam. Well, that's easy. You can just walk through that crack in the wall. Medium news for Bilgerat and Georgie. A bit of a bad news for Little Joe.
Give me just a sec. I need to roll to see if Little Joe's head fell face down and you can see.
Good, good.
What's a 3? What is on the opposite side? Okay, he can see. The two faces are stuck on the ground.
Ha. This also
He'll-
lets little Joe see that there is a crack in the wall, which is possible to wiggle through. By your estimation, little Joe, you could shimmy your way through that. It's just gonna scrape. And there is still a fucking mechanical monster what's-it behind you guys, and it is rapidly approaching.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, move back a bit. I think I can break that open a bit more.
Okay.
Just go on.
Yeah.
Georgie pulls out her violin and strikes a couple strings, and the sound kind of vibrates sharply in the air. Georgie's gonna cast Shatter on the wall.
Oh.
Oh, fuck yeah. Roll your damage on that. Let's see how
Non-magical
well she does.
object also takes damage if it's in the spell's area, so she's
Yep.
just gonna do 3d8 damage to the wall.
Yep.
Little Joe's backing up and picking his head up and removing the coconut.
3d8.
14 damage.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what does Georgie's shatter sound like? Is it musical?
Yes, I think it's a low thrum of the strings that kind of slides upward into this sharp sound,
Fuck yeah.
and then the
Love
wall just
that.
shatters.
That happens. There is a resounding croon, and the floor shakes a little bit, and some dust definitely falls from the ceiling, and the crack does widen a little bit. That is certainly dust falling from the ceiling, though.
Oh boy. Okay.
Don't
He's
make me
not
take
doing
you
that
on
again.
this. Freaking, sorry, words and the changer's lagging. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
I can get through. Just send me last in case something happens. Now go on.
If anything, we're sending you first. But there is little thought for that because, whoa, shramp be upon ye. Because guess
Oh,
what?
no.
Turning around the corner, it turns out, Mr. Mantis, you probably just know this off the bat, that is a tiger prawn shrimp.
Oh.
It's like your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, cousin.
No coherent response. Bilgerat is bowling Sam like a bowling ball through the gap.
Yep. Off he goes.
See you, space cowboy.
See you, space coconut.
It's like, okay, go.
Georgie will grab little Joe's head and just like plunk it back on her shoulders.
Already got it, but
Oh, you already got it.
yeah. I guess, do I have to roll another save to see how bad it gets?
Mr. Mantis is fine. He can just go through when he likes.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna scuttle casually through the hole. Meanwhile, he's thinking about how this is exactly how the last family reunion went.
Business as usual.
Nostalgic, even.
Georgie, how tall are you actually?
5 feet.
Yeah, okay. So not that much bigger than Bilgerat. It is very definitely going to be a roll for little Joe to get through here.
How to say, local fucking, what did I make him last? Like, somewhere between 7'3" and 7'6", clunky piece of shit.
Yeah,
He's big.
he's big.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
What kind of save?
it's gonna be another dex I have to think for,
Alright.
unintuitive robot contortions.
13.
Alright. Which brings up the important question. Georgie, do you go through before or after little Joe?
Little Joe is going to wait.
Um,
He is straight up going to wait for everyone else. He's not going.
Okay, Georgie will go like right before Little Joe. Can she like pull on him to kind of give him the help action?
Yep, we can help action this.
Alright. If this is lower, then I know what I'm gonna do. 15.
It's better. Has
Yeah.
moved along.
Awesome.
Very slightly better. But Georgie, like, you grab one of his arms, and first of all, hasn't quite fully recovered from, crashing. So there's a very distinct, like, static feeling. It's not very pleasant as you grab onto him.
Oh.
His line work feels fuzzy, question mark. But also, like, you grab him, and there's a distinct, like, you can feel like the skeleton inside his arm is like jerked back as a reaction. But you manage to keep your grip and like pull part of his body through a little easier.
Other good news of this situation, the main source of light is now behind the bulkiest member of the party. Which does limit the shrimp's own ability to perceive and such. So I'm gonna roll something for real quick as it attempts to well, it has dark vision, but point is it's also going full speed, gonna also kind of slam into the wall. Which Little Joe is still, it's probably still at least partially a shoulder kind of jutting through. So that's...
Does that slam into him?
I'm going to find out.
Oh boy.
Okay. Fantastic news for Little Joe.
Oh
That
boy.
was a fucking 3. It manages to miss actually for real hitting you completely.
Okay.
The bad news is having a big old shrimp crash into the wall just makes what Georgie did with the shatter a little bit worse.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Maybe a lot bit worse.
No.
In fact, that was a 3 out of 20. Congratulations, Little Joe. The schism you've been working your way through, in fact, gets a lot easier to get through and opens up. The bad news is it's because it is squashing open because the ceiling is kind of collapsing on top of you.
Oh no.
Idiots, run!
Yep.
That is important. Like, again, if they stayed behind to wait for fucking him and Georgie, he's like, why? Go!
No robot left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Little Joe voice. Why? Why though?
We will address that later when there
does.
isn't a giant shrimp bearing down on us. It is a very cool action moment as Little Joe, like, bursts out of this place right as it all comes crashing down behind him. So even more fantastic news for that bad roll of the shrimps. A good portion of the cave is collapsing on top of it. That's going to hinder it. Hooray!
Awesome. Woo.
Even better question mark news. This path is still slightly sloping upward. That's probably good.
Up we go!
Yeah.
Up we go.
And as you
Still full body sprinting.
Yep. As you move, the sound of furious shrimp digging itself out of rubble fades. It seems like it did get, not stuck, but proper inconvenienced back there. Wahoo. So Bilgerat at least is going to slow down to a jog and catch his breath. Okay, all right. Have we still got all the little guys? the pirate dude?
I'm still
Mr.
alive. Unfortunately.
Good.
Congrats. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone hurt?
No,
No more so than usual.
that's
Don't even worry about it.
I mean, that's kind of concerning. Do you need like a healing
Listen,
word
Rat.
or
And revel in that, because I'm not gonna say that again.
Just like a scoff from Bilgerat. But,
okay.
at a presumably much more sedate pace, there's another bend in the rock, and I'm going to need you guys to roll new perceptions. New area. Hooray!
Woo!
Hooray!
Huzzah.
Hey.
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
Georgie.
thanks.
Georgie is a very perceptive
Be worse.
little
Oh,
bard.
wow.
We're doing mostly pretty good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mantis. Maybe you're still caught in those old memories of family reunions, just like old
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
Nostalgia.
He's remembering his last family fist fight with his great grandmother
Well,
Ah.
before the seagulls took her.
No.
What is this family feud?
It's less a family feud and it's more family bonding.
mhm. And a precautionary tale against seagulls.
I can't see. The seagulls.
I mean, yeah, Bilgerat can confirm that seagulls are certainly a force to be reckoned with.
Give me a second. I just got chili powder down the wrong pipe.
Ooh!
Oh,
Sorry.
do you need a healer?
Yep, I'm fine. Oh, that is a first for me.
Don't die, please.
Yeah.
I know that
Please
would
don't.
kill me. Okay, but new areas. Mr. Mantis, you are caught in memories, and also you are quite small, and therefore are not getting the full effect of this new area, let's say. But the one thing Mr. Mantis can definitely get is that the area's opened up, and there is the sound of running water. Bilgerat, same things, and the path ends quite suddenly. That's not good. The 18s, that's Sam and Georgie. The path has ended because it has...
No, that was me. Georgie got the
Georgie got
26.
26. Joe and Sam. Good job, eyes. The path has ended because, in fact, the path takes a sudden, stop because you have reached a ravine. There is nothing in front of you except for dead air, a 30-foot drop, and an underground river
Ah, fun.
going down beneath you. Looking down, it's probably running faster because of the giant wave that washed you all in here. And even more than that, there's there's certainly things floating in there. Looks like general detritus, some flotsam, barrels, planks of wood. That's fun. Maybe it's old, maybe it's new. Georgie, you got the 26.
Yes.
Woohoo. So that means, yes, the path has ended. There's no more path forward. That is because the path continues to the side in a narrow little ledge that goes on the side of the ravine.
Okay.
Which
The path
is fun.
over here, guys.
Oh, good.
She kind of lifts her light a little higher.
Love that.
Oh boy. Return of the ravine. This is hopefully will go better than the last time I had to go over a big drop like that. Yeah.
Georgie, you also notice that amongst the floating bits and bobs of the river rushing below you is that a 5x5 ice cube?
What?
Just bobbing along merrily down.
Is that an ice cube? I didn't think it was that cold down here.
I don't trust like that. This is D&D experience. I don't trust the perfect 5x5 blue cube.
What?
I don't.
This completely menacing ice cube is just bobbing along merrily, and Mr. Mantis, I assume you're scuttling forward to also get a better look.
Yeah. Does it look familiar?
The ice cube, no. What does look familiar is not long behind that ice cube is actually a big, huge piece of detritus, because that is definitely a big hunk of the final cut.
Oh, that's not good.
But no people down there, right?
Not
Not
that
that
I
I
see.
can.
If there were, they'd probably be screaming.
Okay.
Positive as always, big guy.
You're welcome.
Okay, so there's a ledge over here.
Like, how narrow is this ledge?
Enough that you can scoot along, but narrow enough to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, fun. Okay.
I'm also gonna propose going last year for what I assume is obvious reason.
Yeah, smart. The other thing I think with your 26, Georgie, that you'll notice, the final thing, is that there is actually some plant life going on here. The ceiling specifically has some vines that are hanging down, but there's also there's no corresponding ledge on the other side. My apologies. Final thing, because good God, 26. Georgie, your little spider ears pick up from behind where you all came from that maybe good news. The scrabbling of shrimp digging itself out of rock has stopped. Bad news, you think it's less because it's given up and is trapped, and because it's free and ready to roam.
Ugh.
So I think the shrimp's loose.
So you gonna go, or you just gonna stand here and wait for it to find it?
Just, I'll go first. Fine. Bilgerat's gonna edge out.
I think Miss
like-
Mantis is going to follow.
We hang on. Let me check my inventory really quick. Yep. Okay. Can we like pull down a vine to sort of have everyone holding on to?
You could try. If you could. They're kind of, at this point, they were all kind of hanging out in the middle of the chasm, which I should clarify at the moment is 30 feet across.
Oh, okay.
So you can try.
Vines are low. All right. I guess we're just gonna scoot along the edge.
This
So
is
does
going
this
to
ledge
be.
like lead across the chasm or just like alongside the
It's
chasm?
alongside. Georgie, how far does your light extend? How far along can we see?
Hang on, let me check the spell. All right, so the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, all right.
So it's a good 40 feet of vision, I think.
Okay. So, it's a decent distance. Bilgerat's actually gonna scoot out an inch, pause, revise the same. We're like, hold on, actually, George, was it? You're the one with the light. Maybe you should go first.
Georgie. Yeah,
Georgie.
I'll go first.
Which means you now have a
No,
clear
short for
sight
Georgia.
forward. Georgia, all right.
Yeah, don't ever call me Georgia, though.
Noted.
Georgie will work fine. I mean, only my mother calls me Georgia. Yikes.
Bilgerat and I are both now realizing I don't think he ever quite properly introduced himself.
You want the robot to fix that?
No, he's going to, now that he's realized it, he's going to fix it for a little joke and take the opportunity. Points at himself. Bilgerat points at the coconut. Sam points at Little Joe. Problem.
I think that's the nicest thing you said about me. I'm Little Joe. Behold our glorious captain.
Yeah, yeah, Captain Bilgerat.
All right, Cap. Okay, I got the light. I'll go first.
40-foot
go.
dim light radius does mean, Georgie, now that you're in front, it does look like the ravine narrows some forward. Which does open up to
Okay.
possibilities, such as maybe there's a swing forward, maybe there's a bridge.
Okay.
Scooting along is going to be dex from people. That could be straight, that could be acrobatics.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with acrobatics.
Let's see.
Same for Sam. Oh, nice. Nat 20.
Okay, it's not terrible.
These numbers are making sense. Mr. Mantis, you are small. You have many legs to grip. You are just fine. It's a walk in the fucking park. Similar story for Sam. Less legs, but small.
Mhm.
As long as you don't, I guess, decide to roll yourself forward. You're all good. Bilgerat, also little feetsies. Georgie, you're, I think, kind of working with the slight challenge of holding, one arm has to hold up the light.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the fact that the last time she was near a ravine, she fell in. So,
Yeah.
I think she's also just sort of going really slow out of caution.
Inch, inch, scoot, scoot.
At least it's not windy this time.
Little Joe, 11.
He's still
Him
he's still
big.
partially glitching and he's big as fuck. That's
Yeah.
not just to say on that front. Exactly what you'd expect.
Yup. Little Joe, you can... Let me just check my DCs for a moment. Okay.
Oh.
Little Joe, you feel it crumbling beneath your feet, but you're able to scoot forward just enough to avoid the section that gives out right behind you. This ledge is not happy about your size, weight, or anything.
Hey, if we could speed this up a tick, that'd be great.
Doing my best here.
I'd appreciate it if your best doesn't send me down there.
Okay, yeah, right. Speeding up.
Don't... Well, okay, listen to him slightly, but don't take the tonal words to heart.
Well, it's less the tone of words and more I don't want him going in the water.
Well, Bilgerat's kind of peeking down. I mean, there's stuff you could land on. Be fine. Everything's fine.
Sam seems to be looking at the little Joe's feet, pondering.
Oh no.
Don't you fucking dare.
Don't do
I
it.
encourage violence.
Remember your promise to Quincy.
I encourage violence.
Out of curiosity, then, is our lineup like Georgie, Bilgerat, Mantis, Sam, Joe? Is that what we're going with?
I think
That cut out for me, but
I would think so.
okay.
Sounds
That
about right.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, Sam, you're doing a think. Are you going to act on that think now or yes?
Oh,
or
the thing is,
all?
Quincy ain't here.
I encourage violence.
And then looking back, looking at forward at the rest of the group, real quick, just to see who's maybe watching, or is anybody looking at Sam?
Well, Georgie, I imagine you're probably fixated forward
Yep.
and maybe distinctly not down.
Yeah, her eyes are kind of sort of glued on the path, and she's very carefully not looking over the edge.
Bilgerat's keeping a general eye out because he's a shifty motherfuck. Mr. Mantis, what about you?
I think Mr. Mantis is still thinking back fondly on the family fighting tournaments they would have at the family reunion. So he's probably not paying attention.
Okay.
Well, I'll roll a perception for Bilgerat.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes.
5!
Let's go.
No one's looking. Yeah. Gonna trip little Joe. Just when the outward boot, the boot closest towards the chasm, starts moving forward, he's just going to kick it out over the edge a little.
Oh my god. Dex,
This
save
coconut
for
is
little
set on
Joe.
murder.
Keep your footing.
Way. Want to make sure this is not just that breaks. I'm aware of Little Joe's fragility. That's the point. Don't, out of character, do not feel bad if something happens to him.
It's okay. No worries.
I have been
Sam will be
actively
delighted. I will
waiting,
be
like,
devastated.
I've been actively waiting for little Joe to get proper fucked up in this campaign. Don't even test me.
No.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, which is why I'm so excited about Sam choosing violence.
It's a pretty 17 is pretty good.
Okay.
Little Joe, do you figure, is that just an error of your own step, or was that sabotage?
Sabotage.
That might be a perception to figure out how deliberate or not that was.
Deception. Where's the deception?
Oh yeah,
There it is.
deception for Sam for sure. You are just an innocent little coconut. You have never done anything wrong in your life,
I was
and you
about to
love
question
everybody
whether it
here.
was gonna be an int check to put 2 and 2 together. I was be like, that's the one he has disadvantage on right
Actually, you know what? That's funny. Int check.
now. Right. Fucking just a normal check, not a save.
Yeah.
Local
Come on.
coconut has never done anything wrong ever.
Strike the nat 20. Fantastic.
Oh no.
He has disadvantage on int checks right now.
Hell
Incredible.
Any int check at all.
Well, it didn't work, but at least he got away with it.
Yeah. Little Joe doesn't seem to be raising any sort of stigma. It's just like, okay, he's still unsteady on his feet. Whatever.
Someone just hears some swear from back there again. That whatever, he's huge.
Does that mean Sam is going to try again? Or is he going to bide his time?
That chasm is really, really tempting. It really would be fun to see the robot fall on top of the iceberg.
Oh my god.
Or the
It
ship.
is floating along.
Depending on how deep the ravine is, the fall could just kill him outright.
Oh, that's true.
It started as a 30-foot drop when you guys initially came out here, but as you've been inching along, the drop has been getting shallower, and the opposite wall has been slowly getting closer.
All right. Just gonna make sure that nobody paid attention to Little Joe swearing, which people
It's
generally
usual, whatever.
Yeah.
Bilgerat's still working on that 5. Little,
don't.
sure. Little Joe's having a bad time. Whatever.
Yeah.
Little bit of vindictive. Ha.
Yeah. And when Bilgerat's not looking.
When the rat's away, the coconuts will play.
I think Georgie did check back over her shoulder when he swore.
Mm-hmm.
She is not used to Little Joe.
I'm fine.
Nope.
You moving?
Okay, if you're sure.
While Sam's doing his due, Georgie, you're in front. You've got the light. We've scooted along enough that, yes, the walls have narrowed. The drop has shortened. And you think, is it? Yes. There is another opening in the rock on the other side. Something that you guys could get into and keep going on your way without continuing along this ravine. It just involves getting over there.
Parkour.
All right, so the walls are narrower, so it's not as much of a...
It's not as much of a leap.
A gap.
The vines are now easier to grab, or you could try to parkour across the water. Great news for Georgie. What about you, Sam? Good news?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
When no one's looking.
Am I rolling again?
Yes,
Alright.
please.
More coconut murder.
More coconut murder.
Violence.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Dang, this guy's
The
just...
problems being that Little Joe's modifier.
Yeah, I know. Deception. Oh, that's a 6.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Hold on, it was int, so solid chance. He doesn't beat us anyway.
Oh!
Little Joe, that little shit, has just tried to send you into the drink.
So both of these are disadvantaged, but because the strikeout rolls was a nat 20 both times, Little Joe just has something just twigs in his head, just old memories from where he used to work, and the first time he just completely dismissed and was like, no, that's not how things work here. But then the second time, he actually just slightly entertains the thought and looks down and just...
Sam is whistling very... attempting to whistle very nonchalantly. But it's definitely throwing peeks back at you to see if you noticed.
Yeah, I said little fucker because I swear a lot. Little Joe's is probably in, Growlix tune shit. But he definitely was just... you can definitely feel the just... bitch.
Well, dang, now he's on to him.
You've been caught out.
Well, he says that, but I want to point out that, he's still smiling as he says it.
Well,
Okay, so I think we could get across here.
All right.
parkour.
Okay. Bilgerat at least is now surveying the options. Actually glances down at Mr. Mantis. How do you feel about being tossed?
He's gonna think for a second. Gonna think a second longer, and then he's gonna be like, "Go ahead."
Bilgerat's face actually lights up. He did not expect that to be a yes. So, great news. Bilgerat has a 0 in strength.
Mm.
He does have a +2 athletics, though.
Can I assist with my acrobatics score?
You know what? Yes. Team effort to yeet.
Yes. Fastball special.
So Bilgerat is going to roll a strength, just kind of like underhand toss. And acrobatics from Mr. Mantis to control it and stick the landing. Okay, 18 from Mantis. Good, good. Let's see how Bilgerat lives up. Yo!
Yo.
Dirty 20. It's beautiful. Mr. Mantis, you do like several flips, twists, and turns in the air. It's glorious. Stick the landing like a gymnast at the Olympics. Do you do a bow?
Yes.
And Georgie pulls out a 10 sign.
It's like
Holds
a
it up.
very deep bow.
Hell yeah.
I think he takes his hat off for it as well.
Little clapping. All right. Okay, who's next? And right as Bilgerat says that, the entire ledge actually shakes as something decides to Mr. Kool-Aid Man further along the
I
way.
think the answer is everyone.
Yep.
Yep.
Here we go.
Okay, everybody's still on the ledge. Make dex saves to keep on the ledge.
Oh.
Oh no!
Mr. Mantis, you are relatively safe. Congratulations. For now.
Save. 19.
Okay, 19. Little Joe get fucked. Oh no.
Oh no.
You have 13. But,
The shrimp does what Sam could not.
I was so focused on does Little Joe eat shit, I completely missed Bilgerat's
Yeah.
6.
yeah,
Well,
that's bad if I can say, like, I'm not the one who completely ate shit here.
nope. Georgie, you are hyper aware of falling into the drink. You are fine. You cling to the wall. You're also the furthest away from Mr. Kool-Aid Man. Sam, you're also fine. Hey Sam, you want to know something funny that I just realized?
What?
Mr. Mantis was removed from between you and Bilgerat.
Oh.
And Bilgerat just rolled a 6.
Oh.
Was there any help on that or anything you want to do to help make that worse?
Just as Bildrat's like leaping off, Sam just monk runs up his back and then kicks off from his head.
Screech and flail. Yep. Bildrat's fallen for the water. Little Joe with 13. Again, the ledge is crumbling beneath you. And you're trying to rework your footing to keep it on. It's working so far, but good God, this is not steady ground at all. It's not good. You are one wrong move away from following Bilgerat. Who I now get to roll to see if he lands on something or just goes right in the water.
How deep is the ravine at this point?
Uh-huh.
Actually, I should ask the other question first. Are you doing the fall damage rules?
The ravine at this point has shallowed out to 15 feet, and the walls also slope a bit. So I'm gonna say no at this point. You guys have reached past the point where fall damage is a concern. Hooray!
It's cause the normal rules are 1d6 of damage for every 10 feet.
Every 10 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fuck it. Fall damage for Bilgerat.
Oh no!
Oh well.
Especially if he, beefs landing on something well and just belly flops.
Yeah, it's, hold on. 1d6 for every 10 feet to a maximum of 20. You also land prone unless you somehow avoid taking damage. And I think there's an optional rule Do you... Is there... Oh, it's if you're a flying creature. Never mind. Ignore me. Rolls to avoid ending up prone after falling.
Okay. In that case, I guess what dictates how well Bilgerat lands, I'll just make it if he, like, eats a ton of damage, he lands bad. Let's go. I should roll correctly.
4.
4? Okay. 4 damage. There is a screech. There is a splash. And luckily, he's managed to cling on to, like, a piece of flotsam, some sort of big timber of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Following Screech up. That's cold! It's really, really cold. And Sam, that was like an awfully obvious little assassination ploy there.
Mm-hmm. He's just cackling on the ledge.
Why you?
Nice job, you little bastard.
Mm-hmm. Looks very proud of himself.
I think there's just like a bunch of Growlix from Georgie.
Kool-Aid Shrimp, in the meantime, has shoved its way through, most of the way through the entrance that you all entered, and oh boy, it's big, it's weighty, so the wall is kind of shuffling and crumbling underneath it, but it's a shrimp, it can kind of do walls, it's making its way.
What do we roll to attempt to do vine swing over if we're close enough?
Vine swing, I would accept arguments for either acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, cool. Not to say, please don't make him do... Well, you can make him do strength, but
Yeah.
if I have the choice. 'Cause, like I said, like, who's going next? Little Joe's like, I think the answer is everyone. He's going.
Yep. The other factor, potentially, is you don't know how strong these vines are.
Well, I mean, it's either take the chance with the vine, or guarantee falling in the water, because this ledge ends after a certain point anyway.
Yeah. You could
So-
attempt to, like, leapfrog your way over the water, but this is certainly the most direct option.
Long jump rules do require strength. I checked. So, you know. Unless you want to
Always try to like sort of grab whoever swings over on the vine.
Yeah.
Like, unless you rule otherwise, that he can attempt to, like, that I can, like, roll acrobatics for a jump instead, but, like I said,
You know, let's go strength for, you know, the hanging on and the kickoff.
oh boy, I don't, isn't in flare. Not a disadvantage, at least. -1. That's about what I expected.
Little Joe, you swing majestically over the chasm. Your feet don't quite make it. You swing back. You don't quite make it to the other side. You swing back and forth a few times. You have ended up exactly in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You're just hanging
That's
onto a vine hanging over in the middle of the river. Congratulations.
You can leap between them now.
Oh boy.
Hooray! Georgie!
I think Georgie's gonna let herself slide down the wall to the debris in the water.
Yep, it's enough of a slope that you can do a controlled slide.
She's gonna try and parkour over, but first she's going to check on Bilgerat.
Bilgerat, who I think has, hissing, clawed his way on top of the timber, but he is soaked, he is shivering, he is not happy.
You okay? You got all your limbs?
Checked and accounted for.
Okay, good, because I think the shrimp's back.
Oh, good. Maybe we can feed Sam to it.
On Sam's part, I'm gonna try and jump over to Lil Joe and like stamp on his head, like fall.
Oh my god. That's going to be a strength to make the jump to Little Joe because you've got little legs.
Okay.
I was
That
about
is
to
fair.
say, what do I roll to have Little Joe attempt to just like move between the vines?
We'll let
Tarzan?
Sam do this first, and then we'll address
Yeah.
what Little Joe can do.
Okay.
Okay. So a strength check or athletics?
Strength or athletics? Take your pick.
So, athletics 19.
Make it.
Boing.
Boing.
You are now
I'll be right
on
back.
Little Joe, and especially with that, you can definitely scamper up to wherever you like on this robot.
Yeah. You're first going to like attempt to like little like kicks on the top of the head. No, that's not really working. What works?
His head is not attached to his body. You can kick that all you want.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. The head's not attached to the body. Oh.
Oh my god.
Mr. Mantis starts screaming.
Sam's going to attempt to lift the head off the body and throw
The
it
head
down.
is not attached to the body.
Yeah.
It can just be removed.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
I should point out, Little Joe doesn't seem like he's obviously like upset in a sense, but he's just like you can see the smile flashing on his face. Like he's not really that he's not as concerned as you think
Perturbed.
he should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely not perturbed. Like it's Sam. He expected something like this to happen. He thinks it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone else watching on,
Alright. I am realizing this has gone chaotic to a point where initiative order might be useful.
Okay.
So everybody roll initiative.
all right,
Just so we can keep track of who's gonna
fair enough.
cause chaos when.
Oh, geez, Sam, why?
Where is it?
I don't know.
Sam is
27.
on murder.
Hold on.
Makes sense because Mr. Mantis is sort of on the other ledge, just kind of T-posing and watching all this going down.
Yeah. Various help actions or things Mantis could do, including distracting the
That should
shrimp,
be
but we'll
correct.
get there.
This should be correct.
Alright. So Joe, which makes Bilgerat.
Everybody has an initiative tracker, but I'm still trying to figure out how it works.
Yeah,
so.
I know it exists. Good luck. Did Georgie roll?
No, sorry. I was gone for a second.
Oh yeah, all
What am I
good.
rolling?
We're just rolling initiative so I can keep track of who's doing what in this chaotic
Oh,
situation.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it was like, you know what? It's reaching a point. Okay,
18.
okay. Georgie followed by Mantis. All right. And then row 1 for Shrimp.
Shrimp.
What are your stats, my guy? Okay. Cool. That makes sense.
Good.
He's big.
Okay, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
You are on Little Joe. You've been attempting to kick his head.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? What are you doing now in your latest murder quest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let's see. This would work because it would get Sam away from the shrimp, and it might also, murder this dumb robot. So gonna just oh gee, that shrimp is really getting close. Yeah, gonna try to lift Joe's head up off body and throw it down
Oh my
in
god.
the hopes that little Joe will follow after.
Bold of you to assume, but go off.
Yeah.
You.
Is there anything Sam would need to roll, Jazz, for this?
No. His
Okay.
head just comes off.
Mhm.
His head just comes off. Like he can't. He has to hold on to the vine. He legitimately
Yep.
cannot fight this.
Okay.
And he seems mostly resigned to his fate.
God. All right.
This has
Sam,
happened to him before.
we'll call head removal and yeet your action. You have movement.
Okay. Okay.
And
Does he throw it like at the shrimp or directly into the water?
I'm actually gonna like roll a d4 just to see because there's a few
There's a
things
few
you could aim
options.
for here.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, so 3. Let's see. 1 was water. 2 was iceberg. 3 is the final cut. 4 was shrimp.
Uh,
So yeeting head at final cut.
At least it's not the water.
it does what say ask Kraken, does the head, like, do I have to roll anything? Does the head just, like, land on the wood or in the water?
I think Sam just has good aim and it rolls to a stop on the final cut. If you like, you can roll to see if Little Joe can fucking see anything.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can roll d6. See if it's a 4, that would make the bottom face a 3. So, he can sort of see. So the way d6s work is that opposite faces always add up to 7. So the 2 is on one of the sides right now.
Okay.
So we can see maybe like, so depending on like how it landed, he can maybe see Bilgerat, maybe see the shrimp, or he can maybe be looking in the complete opposite direction further up the river. I'll leave that up to you.
As always
maybe
with
you
these
just
kind of games,
stare at
I
one
gotta
of
go for the
walls.
funniest option, which might just be Little Joe is facing away from the shit show.
Fair enough. All right,
Little Joe has a fine view of the fallen flag of the final cut.
cool. All right.
Speaking of, unless Sam has movement, Sam wants to do.
Hmm.
Hey,
Well, hi. Yes. Hello.
Stop
What?
opening the door.
Oh. Interference.
Uh-oh.
Sam's gonna climb all the way down to like Joe's boot, and then just kind of wait for the final cut to be close enough for him to jump down to.
Oh my fucking god. Well, that'll have to be on the next round. Little Joe, it's your turn. Your head has been yeeted, you can't see what's going on, and you have felt the weight of the obnoxious little coconut move to your foot. You know there are vines in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
just need to find them.
Yeah. Debating between attempting to kick Sam off, which I'm not sure if you do. In the same vein, instead of just kicking him off, just detaching the boot and letting him fall, or attempting to keep going through the vines anyway, even if you can't see.
Please
That's what I'm
get
debating
my
on.
character's ass.
I'd miss that. What?
Please get my character's ass.
Explorers are PvP all the time, baby.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, I encourage violence. So, but it's a question of which degree of stubborn is Little Joe right now.
Which degree of what?
Stubborn is
Ah,
Little
okay,
Joe right
okay.
now. If he attempts to move between the vines, is that like another strength check or something else?
He's halfway across, so like really it's between 5 and 10 feet to the next ledge, which isn't bad. The difficulty is finding the next one to grab onto. What kind of roll would that be to just like reach out and feel?
Yeah.
Let's look at stats.
Survival?
Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
Is it a disadvantage because of the blinded thing or?
Yes.
All right.
And also the fact that this means you're using one hand to keep your position, the others,
Yeah.
you know, blindly pat, 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 pat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be expected.
It's just empty air in front of you, man.
jeez.
What could count for movement, what I accept for movement here is also like maybe attempting to swing yourself, get momentum going, if you like.
Again, do I have to roll for that?
think that'd be a strength. See how much movement you can get.
Okay. Well, might as well. Well, fuck it. Violence mode. Violence mode!
Violence mode.
There is a little bit of swing. It is not much.
No. Alright.
It also doesn't help that you're, using your legs to try and do that, and you've also got a very uncooperative barnacle there.
Yeah.
The situation continues.
His voice box is in his chest, so there's just like the faintest sound of like laughter coming from him. Like it's not very loud, but again, he's not as concerned as he probably should be. But I guess that's his turn, question mark.
Yep. Oh, which makes it Bilgerat's turn, and he's also got a few options. Does he attempt to fucking shoot Sam off Little Joe? Or does he immediately go for Little Joe's head and retrieve that?
Shoot him.
You know what? There's he knows Georgie is down here. Georgie could retrieve the head. Bilgerat's inclined to fucking shoot Sam.
Yeah!
Yes.
Short bow time.
Get his ass. Get his ass.
He doesn't fucking care that Meso adores this little thing. He's gonna kill it.
I mean, the coconut has attempted murder like 3 times in the last 5
This time.
minutes.
For
It's
murder.
Yeah. And it's not even the contained murder I was expecting. Man, Quinn promises just me nothing to this little guy.
No.
What a little bastard. Alright, so let's see if we hit. This makes it good that Little Joe didn't get up a huge amount of swing. Makes it easier to aim. Does a 17 beat your armor class, you little shit?
Yes, it does.
Rolling damage. Take full damage.
Nice healing damage.
Does Sam only ever get...
He can
Receive-
only
Does
he
he
can only
only-
receive healing damage. He can only give healing damage.
Holy shit. I didn't realize
But
that.
it probably does knock him off the boot.
It sure does, and because of the
Well,
way
I was
I'm
gonna
envisioning
say
this...
roll to see if he can keep his grip.
Well, that's a good idea.
Actually, that's a good point, yeah.
Okay, so dexterity saving throw
Yes.
or strength saving throw?
I would say it's a strength.
Okay.
Because you have the impact of a bolt hitting you dead smack on. Bilgerat the sharpshooter surfaces once again.
6.
No. Fuck
Yep.
you.
There's just like a moment of like, oh, and then tea kettle noises that which automatically shut off as soon as drink is hit.
Luckily,
How are you, weird shit?
great news for Sam, coconuts are buoyant.
Yeah, so there's, but also rotate. So there's like just intermittent like sounds of ancient Grolix.
Can Sam swim?
Excellent question.
He can certainly float.
He definitely can
Exactly,
float.
sink.
For reference, here is now the placing of people I have envisioned in my fucking brain. Along the course of the river, we've got Bilgerat at, say, the far left end of this diagram. Shivering, wet, pathetic man on a piece of timber. Crossbow, having just sharpshootered once again. Georgie, next up, who's landed on the ice cube, I believe.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Beyond that, Sam now in the water, and just beyond that, the final cut where Little Joe's head is. Little Joe, meanwhile, is in the middle of this, hanging on a vine above. Mr. Mantis is on the ledge, watching this all play out rapid, real time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Also
Shrimp,
probably screaming a little because he just saw Coconut decapitate a man.
yeah. And Shrimp, we'll say, is about 20 feet away down the wall from where the last person was. Yeah. Okay, that was Bilgerat's action.
I'll be right back.
Cool. Geez. For movement, I think he might just yell at Georgie, get his head, and attempt to scramble for the far wall because Georgie is closer.
Mm-hmm.
Georgie is closer to be able to jump to the final cut and grab the robot's head. So Bilgerat's going to scramble for the far wall, and he'll have to, I think, wait for his next turn and or help to make a move to climb up it to join Mantis. And that'll be Bilgerat's turn. Georgie,
Okay.
you have received a command from not your captain.
Yeah, but it's a reasonable command. Getting over there's probably going to be a dexterity check of some sort, right?
Yep, it'll be a hop from where you are onto the ship. Luckily, the ship is a big
Okay.
target.
Then
And fairly
first,
still put together.
I'm going to cast Enhanceability upon myself
Hey,
and give myself Cat's Grace. So I'm going to have advantage on dexterity checks. Would this be acrobatics?
yes.
Okay.
Thank you for posting that, Jazz. I wrote it down for myself, but forgot to put it in the chat.
Okay.
And returned.
Okay, 17.
17.
Yep. It is a good and graceful hop. You are now on the remnants of the final cut. Little Joe's head is right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that up carefully.
Okay, I gotcha.
You hear like just a distant,
How you doing, sweetheart?
Okay.
because
That's fine.
again, voice box is in his chest, not his head. So like you hear it coming
I'm
from
doing
above.
better than you, I think.
Nah, whatever. Could be worse. Could be dead.
That's true. Let's keep that from happening, yeah?
Alright.
Okay, Georgie, we'll say the jump and pickup was your action. You've got movement left. So you could
I'm
attempt
gonna point
to...
out that little when Georgie just like told him, let's keep that from happening, he the hologram on his face just kind of went into a shrug emoji.
It's emoticon time.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll use the rest of my movement to try and get further towards the
Yep, the
edge of the
river
river?
is narrow enough that you could make a leap for the far wall like Bilgerat has.
Okay. Would that be another dexterity check?
I think so, yeah. Between the two of those, we'll say that takes up your full movement.
Okay. That's... Oh no.
Oof.
That was with advantage, but sadly that's still a 9.
I mean, it did nix the nat 1. Jesus.
It did do that.
Oh boy. So, Georgie, you make the leap. You make contact with the far wall. The bad news is only the top half of your body does, and the bottom half is in water.
Oof.
And it's
I think
cold.
he's gonna very quickly just like shove his head onto solid ground so he doesn't go in the water.
Yeah, it's a slope up, and you know, like when you're trying to climb up something that's really crumbly and shaly,
Uh-huh.
it's that kind of
There's
texture.
just scrabbling.
Yep. So, think, Georgie, you are kind of just stuck in that awkward limbo of half in the water, half on the wall, keeping Little Joe's head out of it.
Ah, that's cold.
Mr. Mantis.
Okay. So, here's the question. Do we want me to distract the other shrimp, or do we want me to help people get on the ledge?
That is entirely up to you, my guy. Both are helpful actions.
Is Little Joe still hanging from the vine?
Yup.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the shrimp should get to rampage. I think we should have more violence.
Well, it's Shrimp's turn next, so... And Little
I'm
Joe
going to
is
try
currently the
and get the
closest to it.
harpoon out of my
Oh my God.
hammer space.
Please harpoon the robot. Or the shrimp.
Okay. I'm going to try to harpoon Little Joe so I can pull him onto the ledge.
Fucking fantastic.
You will have to roll damage on him for this harpoon. I'm
Okay.
letting you know that.
I'm going to try and go non-lethal.
Roll to hit.
Okay. I'm just going to roll a straight d20 because I'm not sure what kind of pluses I would have to harpoon throwing.
I can.
Oh my
I was
God.
gonna say I can check because I think a harpoon is a weapon, but that is
A weapon enough that it would be analogous to, like, say, a spear or something, but that is also a nat 1.
It essentially does use spear stats, I'm pretty sure, but whatever. Doesn't matter either way.
That misses Little Joe entirely.
I've-
trying to think.
So,
What is the funniest thing I can do with a nat 1 here?
yeah.
I was gonna say, Little Joe's position just, like, completely, like, glitches from where he was aiming. But if you want to do a gag instead.
I mean, we can combine them. We can wombo combo.
Alright.
Little Joe glitches, which means the aim was alright, but it sails through. It continues on, and, like, when you say, yeah, Mr. Mantis, you have missed your target. You have hit the shrimp.
Oh my.
It is stuck
And
right
I
in there.
attached to the shrimp.
Yeah, and you are now tethered to the shrimp.
Should I roll
You
should I
could-
roll damage on that?
Yes. Yes,
Shrimp
yes.
violence.
Let me find the damage dice for a spear. Your
D6 piercing.
D6 piercing.
Yep. I think it's versatile, but I don't think you use two-handed stats if you're throwing it. So
Do. Alright.
and I think it's a strength weapon. Yeah, it's a strength weapon. So you can add your strength modifier if you.
Yeah,
to
let
the-
me see what my strength modifier is. It's been a hot second since I've used it. That's +2, so that would be a 4.
Okay. So, congrats. You have missed one goal, but hit another viable target. Because of the nature of what you originally wanted to do, this is, like, attached to you, right? There's a rope.
Yes.
Congrats. You are now tethered to the shrimp, and it is the shrimp's turn. Violence.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Furthering the nat 1, the harpoon dug into one of the many little scuttling legs of this guy, which means it's just going to yank. Mr. Mantis, roll strength to stand your ground.
Strength save. Strength save.
Strength save. $13, and we're going to contest that with the shrimps.
Shrimp versus shrimp.
Who will win?
Shrimp on shrimp violence. Oh my God! Shrimp.
I'm looking at he's like 2 feet and he's outstrength contested this giant tiger shrimp.
This is the power of barbarian.
Yes.
Yes.
There are deep furrows dug into the ground as this thing yanks. But Mr. Mantis, you are made of sterner stuff than that. You are like right on the edge of the thing, but you are standing your ground. That was Shrimp's action, which means the other thing that helps with Mr. Mantis on is that the moment that Mr. Mantis is not sent flying across the chasm straight into this thing's claws, it changes tactics and is going to scuttle forward to the next most easy target, which is the robot hanging over the chasm. Scuttle, scuttle, and it's going to attempt an attack.
Roll it.
AKA, it's going to swing its tail around to try and smack her.
I should look up the blind wing condition while I'm here real fast. Yeah, so your tackles are at advantage because he's technically not blinded, but like blinded, but also his head
Enough.
is facing the complete opposite direction. So I might as well use that. So your roll's at advantage on him.
Fantastic. Rolling to hit. 17.
I think. Yes, that does hit. Because I don't think I can use my reaction right now because I don't have a weapon out.
You don't see it coming. Yeah. All right.
Let's remove my offhand weapon, so my AC is 15 right now.
Smacka for the least amount of damage. That's nice.
All right.
Take 4. The other potentially good news here is that the smack will have sent you swinging towards the ledge you want to arrive at. That's potentially good. You could potentially use that.
You voted for my turn, I guess.
Yep. Sam.
Just
order.
bobbing along. Well, this is a bit of a predicament. Going to swim as best he can to the far ledge.
All right. Roll athletics.
All right.
Little doggy paddle.
Yep. 19.
Fucking works. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mid to the edge.
Mhm.
You could now attempt to scramble up to join Mr. Mantis. That would be another athletics.
Okay.
Can I assist?
It would involve letting go of your thing, but just trying to remember how help actions work.
Okay, that's a 10 for the scrabbling.
You know, I'm gonna say Mr. Mantis. Yep, you could do an assist action, and
Okay.
Sam could roll again.
Oh.
Yeah.
A 19.
Ah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Apologies.
small on small solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Mantis, how do you help? Do you like throw a
Or
rope down? Do you
claw.
reach a claw out?
I think I like take one of my big meaty claws and I just sort of gingerly pick him up like he is a stuffed animal in a claw machine and pick him up and put him next to me.
Sam just kind of lands on the ledge, just like freezes, just like, what just happened to me?
All right. That's Sam's turn. Congratulations.
Yay!
Little Joe, you have just been smacked. You now have momentum forward. Way more, frankly, than you managed to get with swinging your little legs earlier. That is your situation. What are you going to do with that?
What do I roll to just hop off onto the ledge? 'Cause
I think that'd be like
a.
I mean, it's a hop at this point, so I think you could argue for like a disadvantage acrobatics or athletics.
Alright. Yeah, because they would require some semblance of sight.
Yeah, definitely disadvantage for sure. You're working off memory of like how close the thing was. You think you have enough
Yeah.
swing.
Sure.
14. Okay. Just barely. Feel your feet land on the edge, but it is like on the edge. Probably arms are windmilling a little. And that was really
Oh, the temptation.
it. Yeah. Thank God Sam's already had his turn. Could you imagine?
I know.
Fucking Mufasa. I think we'll leave it on that semi-little cliffhanger. Little Joe on the verge of losing balance. 'Cause that was barely made it. Bilgerat's turn. Who's going to A, attempt to scramble up, B, attempt to push Little Joe further in. Stabilize Rubbit. So, athletics. Oof. Again, shaly, scrambly surface makes it up mostly, but can't quite get there. He's not getting enough purchase. Scramble, scramble, scramble. Georgie, you are half in the water. But you can try to scramble up. That'll be athletics.
Okay. You know, try to scramble. This is not her best sort of role.
Use your many legs. I believe in you. Legs and arms.
+2. Oh, hey!
Ayo. Spider climb.
17.
Scramble, scramble. You have now made it to the ledge, and that's... If you like, you can pull Little Joe onto solid ground.
Yes, I will do that.
You will have to roll strength. He is very heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's another athletics check.
Sure.
Nope, that's a 9.
Yes, you grab on him, and you sort of felt it when you were pulling on him in like the crevice, but now that like his balance, like he doesn't have balance the same way he did before, he is heavy. What the fuck?
Is this a Warforged? What the shit?
She's just like leaning with all of her weight and it's not doing anything. She's like,
Why are you so heavy?
It doesn't help that probably 2 of your
I'm made
limbs
of
are
metal.
dedicated to holding head.
Heft.
Which means Mr. Mantis.
Okay. Is everybody on the ledge now?
Everybody except Bilgerat. He's almost there, but he hasn't quite made it.
Okay. Am I in a position where I can crawl over people to attempt to help Bilgerat onto the ledge?
Yes, you are, because you are little.
Okay, I will do this. No, Siri.
Siri wants to play.
Alexa, play Despacito.
Alexa, play D&D.
Alexa, roll your d20.
All right, so you're going to be
I'm gonna-
rolling a strength/athletics to haul Rat up.
Athletics skill. Why?
Oh dear. Nope. With
I
a 6,
feel like
I
I
don't
might
think
have
you even get a
broken in.
solid grip on him. You're certainly there. You're trying. But, Rat is, like, 4 feet of wet towel and scrambling.
boy.
Ugh.
Oily boy.
Also oily boy. Which means it is the shrimp's turn. What have you got? The good news is it's still on the other side of the chasm, which means it can't do too much there. The bad news is it's going to attempt to jump.
Oh.
No.
Or you know what? The final cut is like right there. It's just so perfectly positioned at the moment. It's just going to climb onto the final cut as the bridging stone.
Ah,
Scribble scramble.
smart tramp.
Yeah. Which is funny because it has a 10 int. But just a few options now because the closest and easiest targets are now the robot, which is still half leaned out, or the rat.
The robot's probably making more of a scene just because of the sheer size, I think.
But the rat is also attached to the person who threw a
Javelin,
harpoon
yeah.
at it.
Which is still stuck in it. Choices, choices, choices. All of them juicy.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually easier to reach the rat for a grapple.
Oh.
Dear, oh dear. Which means we're gonna save against being grappled.
Can I assist with that save since I am attached?
Yes, you can. So, advantage for rat. Okay. Good. 16 is good.
Ooh.
Because one of the things that this shrimp can do with its many shrimp legs is just latch onto someone and hold them. Shrimp attempts this. But rat is a wiggly son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Oiled
got...
rat.
Yep. And also Mr. Mantis helping to keep him anchored in place. This... Mr. Mantis is like an immovable object.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
He learned all the good monk stances when he was at the monastery.
Yep. So, Shrieking Bilgerat just kind of like shrinks up into himself to make his mass smaller and then, manages to avoid getting grappled that way. Fantastic. That's the shrimp's turn. Sam.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. He's just kind of right there, isn't he?
Oh no.
Sam's got options.
He does. I mean, it was all fun and games while the shrimp wasn't this close, but now the shrimp is, and, boy, he sure can't do anything aside from healing damage, can't he?
He has had to accept this, yes.
Uh-huh. Oh, boy. My boy. You know what? Enemy of my enemy is... No, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The enemy of my enemy is still technically my enemy, but, I want to survive. And he's just going to, I wonder if let me see what's in his inventory real quick here. Sure, he's got a bedroll. He is going to attempt to jump towards a shrimp and use the bedroll to blind it.
Oh my god. Alright. What would that be? Rolled it. Hit, I guess?
Oh,
See if
yeah,
you
an unarmed strike.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay.
See if you hit and land your target of blinding.
Yeah. $11.
What is this thing's AC? No. So I think what that means, Sam, is you have indeed landed on the shrimp. It is a big target. You have the bedroll. You did not land on its eyes.
Oh dear. Where did he land?
On its face.
Okay.
On its face. There are those eyes you were aiming to blind are now looking right at you, and they are not happy.
Cross-eyed shrimp.
Yep. Is that your turn?
No, I think so.
Yeah, little Joe.
I'm just gonna ride the shrimp rodeo style.
Well, I rolled to stabilize myself.
Let's see. Georgie's helping you, pulling you forward. That might just be a dex.
Alright. Flat or a check of some kind?
We'll say flat.
Alright. That's... Do I need disadvantage for this one? Or...
You're not attempting... I don't necessarily think so. You're still blind, but, like, you know, you're just attempting to shift your weight forward onto solid ground. Right. You know what's in front of you.
Alright. Another 13.
It's the barest minimum you needed. Your center of weight is now in a happy place.
Yay!
I'm trying to... I don't know, like, you said he was, like, windmilling earlier, and he definitely was.
Yeah.
But again, he's huge, so I feel like Georgie probably, like, grabbed either, like, you know what? For the bunny, I think Georgie grabbed his tie.
Perfect.
And just, like, pulled on him, and eventually he just kind of slams one of his front foot down and manages to stabilize himself. And he just, gently just, like, reaches his hand, which probably dwarfs Georgie's, and just removes it from him. And takes his head back.
Little Joe can see. Little Joe can fight. Congrats.
He puts his head back on, it spins back into the proper upright position. Again, still smiling. He doesn't... This is fun to him.
Mm-hmm.
But,
which means it's Bilgerat's turn.
Yeah,
And,
I was about to ask anything else you could do this turn, but...
is there anything else you would like to do?
How close is the shrimp?
We're gonna say 10 feet, because it's in the middle of the ravine now.
Okay. I don't have reach, so, How big is this crevice?
For going
you
forward?
said there was, like, another... yeah, like the way forward. Like, will he have to squeeze through this one as well?
Clear, easy to move through, this is no problem.
Alright,
There was a crush of people right here, but, like, in terms of can you walk through this space? Yeah.
Okay, Go ahead. I hold up my robot. He has so many problems. Makes discerning what the fuck he's gonna do in scenarios like this weird. It's just Bilgerat down there, right?
Yep. He's the only one still... Well, Sam voluntarily left the ledge. Bilgerat's trying to get on it.
Okay. Let me check his equipment real fast. I'm pretty sure he has... Yep. So he's just gonna... I guess I have to hammer space this first. D10. He fumbles this. Okay. Pulls out his rope, pulls out, one of his, like, spare, like, daggers he's got. He's not strong enough to pull Bilgerat up, but, what he does do is he just, ties the rope to one of the daggers, stabs it into the ground, and then just kind of...
Toss.
He stabs it into the ground, throws the rope out so Bilgerat has that, and then starts making his way towards the chasm forward.
Alright. It is Bilgerat's turn, and between Mr. Mantis helping and now there's a handy-dandy new extra rope being flung over the side, he very definitely has advantage. Nat 20.
There you
That
go.
was the deciding factor. Up he is. Brush himself off, take quick stock. 1, 2, 3. Okay, everyone's here. Wait, hold. Looks behind him. Sam. And he quickly decides he doesn't care. He can come up with an excuse for Meso if needed. he's not particularly interested in working to get Sam out of this situation because Sam, but you know what? Yeah. Bilgerat sentiment, fuck him. Whether anyone agrees with that is up to them, but if little Joe has started moving forward, Bilgerat's like, all right, come on. That's going to be his turn. Jordan? Yeah, Georgie. Everybody's here except for the disagreeable coconut.
Okay. The shrimp's still there, right? This is gonna cause
Yes.
problems.
Well, this space is big enough for you guys
Shrimp
to
has
move
a
through
coconut on its
easily.
face.
The shrimp A has a coconut on its face. B, the shrimp is too big to get in here. We now know that the shrimp can and will Kool-Aid Man, but it takes a hot second for it to succeed. So you guys can get a really decent lead if you guys go.
Hmm.
If.
Save the angry coconut or leave the angry coconut to die.
Problem is,
should
it's
be
really not in Georgie's nature to leave anybody.
The coconut
Shit,
can
what
only
if I
take
got the
healing
spells?
damage. I think it's gonna be fine.
But then coconut will be angrier.
Coconut's
Coconut
always
can only
angry.
do healing damage.
Locked in eternal battle.
Yep.
I guess Georgie's gonna. Let's distract the shrimp so that the coconut has an easier time getting back, I guess. I'm gonna use my last second level slot and cast another shatter at the
Oh, dang.
shrimp.
Ayo.
It's gonna need to make a constitution save, and
Fuck
it's got
yeah.
disadvantage if it's made of stone, crystal, or metal.
I'm going to say that technically applies.
That's awesome.
20 plus 2.
I was gonna say if it's an AOE, Sam should make the save too, but then I
I
remember
was
the
like,
thing I
he's
just
just
said.
gonna
Sam's
take
fine.
healing damage. He's
Yeah,
fine.
Is Sam functionally immortal? Is that what I'm picking up?
Essentially, there's also a reason you found him locked inside a room.
Nah, fail.
Ooh, that's
Nah,
a crit
fail. Double the
fail.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh, are we gonna give him double the damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Failed the con
House
save.
rule.
Failed it real
DM house
good.
rule.
Say it's normally 3d8 on a fail. You're gonna give him 68 instead?
Or just double the 3d8.
Yeah, I would say just roll a 3d8 and we'll apply
Okay.
math.
Nice.
16.
Ooh, 32. I was honestly so hoping this would happen because the visuals are great. There is another shatter, another, screech of violin chords, and Sam, this gets fun for you because you feel this thing, like, vibrate with the force of it, and
Oh,
then
jeez.
kind of explode?
Oh, fun!
Kind of. Mr. Mantis, you would be familiar with how this looks because this just sort of falls into disparate pieces. And so now it's less one big tiger prawn shrimp and more many little crabs.
Oh no.
No.
But the sheer fucking force of that shatter sends them flying every which way. None of them directly towards you guys, but like some go just crunch against the opposite wall, flung far down either way of the ravine. Like the heart of this thing is just blown apart. Sam, you are also sent flying.
Woohoo!
And due to just sheer narrative convenience and making everybody suffer, it is conveniently and directly right where you came from.
Yeah, like, he grabs like the other end of the bedroll and paraglides down to the ledge.
That's exactly it. Congratulations.
I thought I'd distract him for a while.
Yeah.
Little Joe is howling with laughter.
Bilgerat is in fact clapping a little bit. That was extremely cool.
Mm-hmm.
Georgie turns and does a little bow.
And with that, I think we take a break.
Yay!
Huge
That was
snack.
awesome.
Best pirate I've ever seen.
Oh boy.
Was that SOS?
I, for one, am so glad Sam is on an act of murder. Gotta say.
And a spectacular act of murder it was. Are there any reference pictures for Sam? Because I keep trying to draw him and he just looks like Barbie.
Yes, they exist. I know where to find them. Let me pull that out. And of all the times for Discord search function to half break. Aha. All right. Found it. The man, the myth, the coconut himself.
Awesome. See, I was trying to draw him, but for some reason my brain was just coming up with Angry Kirby.
I mean...
It's not too far off.
Which honestly just means I'm going to pull this art out again for funsies. Ooh, big shoulder crack.
Nice, I heard that.
Alright. Are people back? Is everyone back?
Yep.
Sound off, who's dead?
Me.
Does dead inside count?
Yeah, present counts.
Yeah.
And I see just typing, which indicates
Hey.
life.
Oh well.
Hey, well, are we ready to forge on and then...
All right,
Right.
this artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's very good. Listen, I love Sam a lot. There's something to be said for adding someone to your party that is actively hostile.
Yes.
Especially one that can only do healing damage.
I'm still losing it over Quincy being like, okay now, you know what? Leave the rest of them relatively alone. No serious maiming. The rat, however, the rat you can kill.
No.
And Sam went, okay. And then the moment Quincy was out of there went, you know what? It's open season.
Actually.
Actually, it's free real estate.
But what if I did?
What if
He's
I
an easy
do
target.
anyway?
It's a very easy target.
Exactly.
It's just too easy.
Quincy will never know.
Yeah. Especially if there are no witnesses.
Uh-oh. Speaking of Quincy, Talus typing. Uh-oh. Quick.
Uh-oh.
Hide. Hide the shenanigans.
Oh dear. It depends on the definition. Sam's a bitch ass liar. Oh dear.
Capital letters.
And that's all the context Tally gets for now. Oh dear. Oh boy. Okay. Back at it.
Oh. Attempted murder in a cave.
We love attempted murder in a cave.
Thrice.
Cave murder is the best form of murder.
Ah. Well, despite Sam's best attempts, you were all here. You were all, I think, taking a small breather in this tunnel further down. There is no sound or indication that Shramp is coming after you.
I guess technically now it'd be Shramps.
Yeah.
Cramps.
Watch out for the cramps.
Watch out for the cramps.
Ugh.
Oh. Jazz was ready.
Crab. The faint sounds of crab rave echo behind you. But it is non-menacing for now. Crab rave is what plays when Sam finally succeeds in murder.
Yes. My gosh, he has to put so much effort into it.
But
Just wait until he comes across something that's necromantic.
Oh my god.
please
He's
no.
gonna be so happy.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh, he will be. Healing damage actually works.
Okay. Everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take that as an everyone is alive. Okay. Bilgerat's just been hands on knees.
Is he still soaked?
Yes.
Georgie's gonna pull out her extra coat and just like drop that on him.
Mantis is always slightly damp at all times, so he's good.
Georgie just has this oversized bright orange coat that she usually wears. She's not wearing it at the moment. So he can
Bilgerat's
wear it.
actually going to make an attempt to duck out of that.
Oh boy. Wilson was mad cackling the entire time. And he's finally, died down once he realized everyone's stopping, but he's
You can
remarkably
use that
chipper for a guy who was, almost died, directly.
Business
you
as
can use that
usual.
you can use that as a towel if you like. Why not? I'm always replacing it.
Bildred does not succeed in ducking out of towel coat. It lands on him.
Wouldn't the coat also be slightly damp?
No, it was in hammer space.
Okay, cool.
It's a spare coat.
It's a spare coat.
Mhm.
Georgie's
Nice.
forever losing her coat.
Head and ears just pop out like, you sure this is... Stains are gonna show up on this,
Psh, it's fine.
She did just say she has plenty of spares, so you know what? Fuck it. Bildrat's going for it. Scrub down. Go brrrr. Shaky, shaky like a dog. It's in fact a very dog-like motion.
I like to imagine Sam just getting hit in the face with like a bit of patch of oil.
Yep. Huh. Yeah, Georgie, your orange coat definitely now does have black streaks on it.
Yeah, she's
Tiger
not-
coat.
She's not worried. She's unconcerned.
Okay, well, onwards and forwards, I suppose.
This is what the coat usually looks like.
Oh,
And she's that foot taller than Bilgerat, so it's actually it's a little big on him. But if we're all forging forward, I'm gonna need perception checks from everyone.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yay!
New area, new perception.
That's actually respectable.
21, nice.
Woo. Alright, everyone did pretty good except for Bilgerat, who I think it was in just kind of shrugging on this coat, because he's still cold. The hood flops over his face. That moment. As you guys enter into, a room. The tunnel expands out into an actual honest-to-God room. And what everyone except for Bilgerat sees, because he can't fucking see, hood in the way, there is actually... This looks a little less like a natural cavern than everywhere else you've been, partially because there is, in fact, like, a circular pool on the far end. Tapping back to my descriptions, so I don't forget anything. There is a pool of water at the other end, and there is actually also an image on the wall, and it's an image of, well, it's a city. Pretty neat looking city. Who got... Okay. 18 and 21. So Georgie and Sam also catch that this image isn't actually painted onto the wall, it's actually reflected onto the wall. Because there is actually moonlight coming in from somewhere above the ceiling. So you're actually pretty near the surface. Moonlight coming in, reflecting off of the pool, and then projecting onto the wall this city.
Whoa.
Sam with the highest score, I think, would have maybe hopped forward a little to realize that the reason that this reflection is happening is because there is actually a mural on the bottom of the pool that's upside down in perspective, so that it then reflects upright on the wall.
That's a neat trick.
I wonder if Sam would recognize this.
I don't know, Briggs,
Imagine he
that's up
would.
to you. Would Sam recognize this?
Let's see. Permission to roll history?
Permission granted.
Thank you. 8. Like, he's just like squinting at it.
It's a
Like,
city.
that seems familiar.
It
Just shrugs.
is. But, yep, that is what people see in the basics are what Bilgerat sees when he flips back the hood. What you guys do?
Does anyone here who can actually like deal with water want to go down in there?
I can.
Yeah, Bilgerat was going to swing around and look directly at the Mr. Mantis.
What would I roll to swim?
Swimming is athletics, I would have to think.
Okay.
If you
So,
don't have a swim speed.
hopping in.
If you do have a swim speed, then you can just do that.
I don't think I have a swim speed, unfortunately.
Wee little fat.
Okay.
Each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot when you're climbing, swimming, or crawling. You ignore it if you have a relevant speed. Okay, so you just have half movement.
Groovy.
Well, the good news is for Mr. Mantis, then, that this pool isn't actually that deep. Let's call it maybe... Brain gets stuck thinking about the physics of this one moment.
I feel like Mr. Mantis sort of hops into the pool and just lets himself sink to the bottom.
It doesn't take long. It's not that deep. It's like it can't be any deeper than 10 feet. And Mr. Mantis, your little feet hit the ground, and it's a mosaic, actually, now that you're up close and can go tap, tap, tap. It's made out of many, many, many reflective pieces of glass, you think.
Hmm. I'm
You
going.
could
I'm
roll
going to continue
investigation.
tapping on it in
Yeah.
case like there's a piece that like can be moved or it.
Yeah. Roll investigation as you do that.
Just check to see what my investigation is. It's probably not fabulous, but
I'm not going to predict it's good.
oh, that's not good.
How much of a minus are we talking here?
That's -1.
Yeah,
but-
okay.
Oh yeah, no.
Zero.
Oh no.
Oh, incredible.
Mr. Mantis. These pieces of glass at the bottom are very shiny. So very shiny and reflective. Reflected back is another shrimp. Who is that shrimp? Where did he come from?
I start punching at the glass.
Oh no.
Oh no. Meanwhile, for everyone above water, it gets funny because there is now a shadow of Mr. Mantis on the image superimposed on the wall that was scuttling around a bit and is now punching.
You found something?
Which probably
You guys
sounds like
just
wah, wah,
hear
wah, wah, wah,
Waffle
wah.
screaming.
Bilgerat's like peeking, like, do you think he's found something, or do you think he's breaking it? Speaking of Mr. Mantis, I think roll strength, or an unarmed strike, or whatever you'd like. Like,
Okay, I'll go with unarmed strike.
yeah.
I'm not gonna put any key into it though.
This is Simon. Bilgerat asks, like, you think he's found something, and Bilgerat just shrugs and is like,
It's not like I can check on him. You want to do it?
He like just dried off. I'll check on him.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Was that a to hit, or?
That's to hit.
Yeah, you are making solid contact. Roll your damage. Okay. Oh dear. So, the bits of glass that you're focusing on, you can see this other dastardly mantis in there. Where did he come from? One of the glass pieces does crack. And Georgie, are you jumping in there?
Yeah.
All right. You are swimming down to retrieve Mr. Mantis, who has just cracked a piece of glass. And I think I'd like both of you to roll Arcana.
Oh geez.
Okay. $13?
Okay. All right. Georgie, you feel you're a magic caster. You know generally what it kind of feels like. You feel a thrum of magic sort of ping through the water. Something has happened. Mr. Mantis has done something. Meanwhile, Mr. Mantis with the 18, you are successfully putting this other shrimp in his place. Something has happened. You felt something take effect. Ooh, boy, yeah, when that crack happened, there was definitely a response. You're doing it.
Success.
Can I roll a will save to see if Mr. Mantis
Recognizes his reflection. You know what?
Yeah.
Please. We'll save
Yeah.
to develop. What's the official word for that? It's not object permanence. Recognition of self.
Yeah.
Can Georgie give him the help action with that?
Sure.
Just sort of waving at the reflection to kind of show, yeah, it's a reflection.
Yeah. That would help. Eight, not doing so
Yeah,
hot, but you have
wait.
advantage because Georgie is providing proof.
But not real.
No, no.
8, nothing but 8.
Okay.
There's another Georgie! Attack!
I think he's really. I think now he's decided that since Georgie's here, there's another enemy there that he needs to protect them from. It's like there's somebody. So he's going to. I hate this, but he's going to try again.
Georgie,
Please roll
are you grabbing him?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to stop him.
Okay. I think that'd be like a grapple from Georgie, so...
Oh boy.
God, oh god, remember how grapple works.
I think that's like an opposed athletics check.
Yeah.
Which is...
Meanwhile, for the people not in the water, Sam, Little Joe, and Bilgerat, when Mr. Mantis put that crack in the glass, the entire image on the wall shook a bit. Okay, this is only a 7 for a grab from
not gonna
Georgie.
do it.
Oh god.
Somebody please put Mr. Mantis down.
Bilgerat's going to take another peek to see how that's going, because he would have expected Georgia to come back sooner than this if it was just a simple grab, but oh. No, she's struggling. He's going to jump in too. Swim. Attempt to grab.
Little Joe's just laughing. Like, you can't really, like, the people's images are distorted now that everyone is, like, moving down there, and there's probably, like, ripples in the pond.
There's
But you
ripples
can
in the
still see,
pond.
like,
It's also, like,
shadows on the wall?
reflected on the wall, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just laughing at this entire thing.
This is
Sam's
an
just
entire
also just
show.
watching this all play out. Just
Mr. Mantis, you are small, you are furious. There is no grappling you. This is
So,
fucking Looney
Mr.
Tunes
Mantis
playing out for
in his
Little Joe.
element.
Okay, so I'm going to roll at disadvantage to hit again,
Yeah.
just because I've got two people like trying to drag me out of this pool.
Yep. Disadvantage.
Stay down.
Disadvantage. 11. Yeah, that's far better. The next swipe misses.
Okay.
Oh dear. Does Bill
You know what?
have anything? You know what? Bilgerat's gonna roll a hammer space. And pull out a net. He's just going to... You know what? He'll pass one end to Georgie. And it's clear the plan is to just scoop up and net this little guy. And speaking of... Yeah, Mr. Mantis, you're an aquatic creature. This probably doesn't apply to you. Like, whatever. A spider and a rat isn't so much.
Actually, it would apply to him.
Oh. Well, I think at this point we are reaching the end of 30 seconds for everybody. So, creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes, 1 plus its con. modifier.
Okay.
So
Okay.
30 minimum is if like you have a negative con modifier,
yeah,
which the person who does is above ground.
yeah.
Okay. Georgie can hold her breath for 2 minutes.
Bilgerat
Okay.
can for 1.
Okay, so thankfully you guys can outhold Mantis's breath because he is at a +0. So,
Wahoo.
wahoo.
So, I think this will just be both Georgie and Bilgerat are gonna roll something to scoop Mantis and kick off for the surface. Sleight of hand? Sure.
Okay.
Hopefully this will be easy because Mr. Mantis is reaching the end of his air. Come on, Bilgerat. Come on, Bilgerat. You know what? You know what? Combination 9 and 13 is enough.
Oh, good.
It's not elegant. It's more that Mr. Mantis is tangled in the net than truly netted. But it's
And
enough for Bilgerat, and he's going to kick up.
I feel like he's also used more of his air than a person normally would because
Yeah.
he's not used to not being able to breathe underwater.
Yep. So, up they splash.
Hey, while they're doing that, Sam's gonna like
Oh god, we've left little Joe alone with Sam.
Oh, no.
Wait.
First, Sam's gonna look around to see if there's any available rocks, like good-sized rocks.
Jesus Christ.
More murder.
Let's see. It would be more fun. Like, I want to say he doesn't immediately notice any suitably sized rocks, and then looks at Little Joe's boot, walks over and is like motions for Little Joe to give him his boot.
Give it to him?
Yeah.
Well, do you acquiesce
What
this
do you want,
request?
little guy?
There's Grolix response. The ancient Grolix. And then just like puts hands on the boot and like tugs at it like give.
What for?
Points at the pool.
Little Joe shrugs, detaches the boot.
Yes!
Oh my god.
You want the red or the black one?
Went over to the red one.
Alright. Little Joe gives him the red boot.
Excellent. Puts it on his head like a hat. Walks over to the pool and then
It's
jumps
very
in.
heavy.
Yes, that's the idea.
Yep.
It counteracts Sam's buoyancy.
Oh my god.
Alright, pool gang, clunk.
Sam is sinking down as Georgie and Bilgerat are kicking up.
Yep.
Is Sam intending to collide with them?
Nope, actually just wants to get to the bottom of the pool.
Okay. They pass by each other.
It's just that moment as they pass by each other.
Yep.
Or she just kind of stares in befuddlement.
Like ships
Fucking
in
like
the night.
There's a
Victor and
boot on his head.
Five passing by each other in
Yeah.
Umbrella Academy.
Exactly.
Which means when Bilgerat reaches the surface, it kind of like tosses the net over the side. She's like, Joe, is that going to be a problem?
Just hanging around on one foot.
He shrugs.
Like, I know the boots are sturdier than the rest of you, but like, how waterproof?
They're actually sealed.
Okay, so not terrible. Glances back over his shoulder. What is he doing?
I don't know.
He's going to fight the other shrimp. God,
The
we eat coconuts.
What he's going to do is attempt to start smashing the mosaic.
Oh my god!
Because something is like something about this freaking city has bothered him since he got into this room.
Oh my god.
Follow-up question: do his strikes put the glass back together?
That is a good question.
I'm gonna say yes. The cracks, the spiderweb cracks that Mr. Mantis was putting in there that made the water be weird with magic and the image shake and itself develop spiderweb cracks on the wall start to seal up.
Realizing his dilemma, Sam stops. What do?
You have a very heavy boot on your head.
Very true. Okay. He's going to head to the wall, climb up it a little bit because the boot is he's not going to be able to kick off with the boot on.
Yeah, no, it'll just send him back down. If he doesn't want to take it off, he'll need to climb. And or be retrieved.
Yep. So up he climbs. So yeah, he's gonna climb up out of the pool. And then he's going to take the boot off. Just looking at the group, just tosses the boot into the pool.
No.
Bilgerat dives.
I'll be right back.
Cool, cool. Jess, how heavy is this boot? Is Bilgerat going to struggle to bring it up?
Probably. I'm trying to think of like an analog for it, because like a few sessions ago we did have like a discussion about like Little Joe weighs as much as like a Warforged would, like on the heavier end because of his size too, and like the boots are like probably one of the most sturdiest parts of him.
Like firefighter boots.
Those are big, yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of like
a cannonball?
Probably. Hold on. Probably around that. If it's heavier or lighter, I'll let you know. I'm gonna mute to do some fucking weight math real fast.
And I'm just gonna roll a straight for Bilgerat to see how this goes. Because it's also might be a bit of an awkward shape. And he has none strength.
While he's here, because you can see like the boot taken off. It's actually like Sam was able to like sort of smoosh it on his head, but like the divot inside of it isn't actually all that big. Like when he says the boot is sealed, you can tell it's like the boot itself is the seal for the hollow legs that he's got.
Oh,
Part of the reason why it's so heavy is because it is like a solid mass. There isn't a hollow foot because there is no foot.
Yeah, also with his boot off for Georgie and Mr. Mantis, who have not seen him before. There's just like endoskeleton and like wires sort of poking out of that. Doesn't look great.
It's only a little grisly. It's like 10.
Did ye demon steal your leg?
No, I gave it to him.
That's okay then.
Any concerns have been abated. Bilgerat tries to kick off from the bottom of the boot, and he makes it up a bit, and it sinks him back down.
Oh no.
Sam's gonna go over and like demand the other boot.
Jesus Christ.
The boots for this man.
Those laughing and gives him the other one.
Yes!
He's embodiment of fucking around.
And then he holding onto the boot, Sam motions for Little Joe to toss him up in the air. Over the pool.
Meanwhile,
Little Joe isn't strong. But what he will do is he has to sit down as well because he's missing both feet right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
But either way, he's still tall, so he just like scoots closer to the pool and lets Sam climb onto his back so he can jump
Nice.
off.
Excellent. Okay.
Bilgerat
Wants to throw this boot down with force.
Jesus Christ. Roll to hit, I think, because
Okay.
Bilgerat has gotten a better idea for how much effort he needs to push off from the pool to break the surface and get an arm over the lip.
Nice.
He has successfully calculated with a 15, but there is now another boot being chucked at his head.
Not necessarily at Bildrat's head, but if it hits, it hits. 15.
That does beat his armor class.
Oh, geez. You had to know he was just gonna throw that in there. Why'd you give it to him?
Jazz,
I want to see what he's doing.
what would you say the damage is, or the healing is, rather? Yeah. It's still a heavy fucking bit of boot.
Yeah. Bonk. See, rolled for 6 healing damage just from treating it similar to like boomerang.
God.
But does it get him to drop the other boot?
I'm going to roll to see. I think it might, yeah, maybe a strength to see if he keeps his grip.
Gotcha.
No.
Nope.
Clonks him soundly on the head. Boot drops. The other continues to the floor.
Yeah.
Biltrat's head pops over the water. He's like, what the sees that little Joe is like cooperatively sat down and little Sam is on his head. He goes, why would you do that?
He's got something he's trying to do. It's better than whatever he was doing.
What he's trying to do is kill me, I think.
Sam's just cackling.
If he was trying to kill you, he wouldn't have thrown the first one in the way he did.
Well, he's also trying to kill you, and what better than making it so you can't walk?
I can get him back.
Like Sam's trying to consider what the next move is. Like he hops over, like, you know what? He's going to try and hop onto your head.
Okay.
Like, do you contest it at all?
I think Bildrat is a bit too out of sorts to really contest. Like, despite it being healing damage, that was a solid fucking clonk to his noggin. Bonkus of the conkus.
Yeah.
It's like when it doesn't hurt, but it rattles you for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, do the boots, when they land on the bottom, did they still have enough momentum to damage the mosaic at all?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. It's just a glass mosaic, guys. There is another crack as the image on the wall splinters and fragments a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sam is now on Bildrat's head. Bildrat is going to try and shake him off.
Nope, grabbing onto the mirrors.
There is a furious hiss. Sam, would you like to roll strength?
Sure!
Because Bildrat is also shaking his head like a dog.
4!
Not one. Damn. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's incredible.
You know what? Sam... Yeah, I think this does mean Sam is thrown off as well. There was another thing that roll was for.
Oh.
Sam, you go sploosh in the water.
Yay! Buoyant.
You know, Bildrat's giving him... He's just gonna climb out for the moment, shake himself off. Might just look at this image, actually. He's gonna roll an investigation.
Watch a splash radius, rat boy.
A little bit of water won't kill you.
He says that. Little Joe does not respond, but there is nonetheless like a very distinct zapping noise. Just water hits him.
Wet palm goes slap against his face, and then he's schlepping, schlop, 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 over to the wall.
Wait, so Bilgerat make a did Bilgerat actually strike him while he was wet?
What, like physically touch him?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
He was just shaking himself off like a dog.
You said slap, that's why I was
Schlep.
smacked him. So I
Different
was
words.
did you just smack his head? Because that would have required a con save.
That really would have. Electric Shock City. But, no, Bilgerat's taking a closer look at this wall. The now, honestly, quite fractured image that is on the wall. And he's going to poke it. You know, part of investigating anything is just to give it a solid poke. And his finger actually goes through.
Whoa.
Jerks it back.
Witchcraft!
See, now that's something interesting.
Gonna cautiously put a hand through and make a con save.
No, no.
Okay.
Oh no.
He has experimentally pushed a hand through, and then he kind of stops and frowns for a moment and tries to tug it back.
Oh.
And to him, it feels like, you know, when you push your finger into the hole that straws go through in restaurant lids, and and that's fine, but then you try to pull it back out, and it's like a saw trap.
Oh no.
Or stuck.
He is stuck. He's a little bit stuck. He feels like in theory he could just yank it out, but that feels like it hurt. Few tugs. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's fine. Experimentally pushes in a little further.
No.
Arm goes another inch. Still can't pull it back.
Sam's just watching this bobbing on the surface of the pool.
I think he broke it.
Oh no.
Would fixing it again help?
When Small and Terrible was smacking it, the image did heal up of cracks, maybe? I mean,
Okay.
I won't be stuck forever. I can attach the hand if needed. It's just really, really, really inconvenient.
What if we took the coconut and we smacked the mirror in the bottom of the pool with it?
Yeah, that's
No,
your
my hand is in there. There's a difference between tugging it off and having it forcefully cut off.
Oh. Okay,
Could we maybe try healing the thing again? Please.
Okay, so he wants us to try and heal the mural, right?
Yeah, or get rid of the cracks or whatever. Bilgerat is kind of stuck where he is unless he wants to do a lizard.
Okay, I think Mantis' suggestion was that if we smash Sam against the mural, that might heal it.
Oh, I gotcha. I misunderstood that. That's funny. You could.
Yes.
I don't know if the healing damage applies if we use him as a weapon or if he has to willingly apply damage.
I don't know, Breaks. What's the answer?
I think
Well, Bilgerat's like thrown Sam at Little Joe multiple times, and that counted. So
Yeah, it would count.
also for the background rolls,
Mhm.
Little Joe has like it's a mixture between a fishing rod and a claw machine. He's just getting his
Retrieve
boots
boot.
back. He's just getting his boots back.
Nice.
Okay.
Just in the background while
Let's
Bilgerat
try this
stuff
then.
Yep, just going fishing for boots.
does not care.
Georgie kind of mimes shoving up her sleeves. She doesn't have any sleeves on this dress, but I think she's gonna like cannonball on top of Sam to kind of
Well,
push
he's
him
gonna
to the
try
bottom-
and get out of the
to
way.
the bottom of the pool.
Gonna try and he's gonna flail his little limbs and try to blow to skirt to swim away.
Problem being, Sam is very little, and Georgie is much bigger. Oh dear. And again,
I have no idea what I'd roll
Oh.
for this.
I think we'll just call it a roll to hit, and if you hit, you successfully sink him down to the bottom and smack.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So should I use my stats for the unarmed strike, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Unarmed strike cannonball.
Yep.
Cannonball.
You go sploosh, but Sam is able to paddle just enough away to be carried away by the resulting wave.
Well,
No.
that just means we're doing it the
Yeah.
hard way then.
Okay. I might have a solution. Let me check my hammer space rolls again.
Okay. You
Um,
gonna harpoon the net?
no. I might have something else. Ship base.
Georgie just sees Little Joe reeling in one of the boots by her.
Fishing minigame for Little Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not the first time he's had to do something like this. At least this one's better than the sewer drain.
Okay, so I do have a cannonball in my hammer space.
Oh dang.
So I'm gonna try and roll to see if I can fish that out. Literally.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to aim for the coconut.
Excellent.
Take a bardic inspiration.
How does inspiration work again? It's been a minute.
So what it means is that when you go to attack, you can also roll a additional d6, and you add that to your roll. Georgie's a creation bard, which means that when she gives bardic inspiration,
Oh!
you get a note of potential.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yo!
So you are also gonna add. You're gonna add the number that you rolled to your damage, I think. Yes.
Let me see what I don't know. I don't know what I would roll for like a cannonball. I mean, let me look it up.
Like damage? Whatever it is, it's twice the damage.
I don't think it would work for the normal ones because it's saying it's 8d10 damage.
Oh no, let's go with
Yeah,
that.
That's
Let's
for
go
getting
with that.
from a
I think
cannon.
that's from a cannon.
Can
So
we go
I'm
with
gonna
half of that?
Alright, sorry. I blanked out for a second. Is the cannonball working?
Yes.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
possibly better than expected.
Yeah, nat 20, the cannonball.
Fucking fantastic. Alright. Uh, purpose being getting Sam down to the floor and smack her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
You know, I want to say, like, with a nat 20, you somehow get Sam to swallow the cannonball.
Oh my god, it's the size of Sam.
It is!
I'm just gonna go
Sam
with
is no longer buoyant.
Nope. He sank.
He also dunks the mural,
Dunk.
and with that nat 20 special, it's enough that it just, all the cracks seal up instantly. The image is back in full beautiful blaze on the wall, and Bilgerat definitely feels a difference when, yeah, okay, his arm can freely move in and out of that.
Incredible.
Which means he's also going to stick his head in.
No.
And pull back out and go, alright, come on, and walk in.
Oh, okay.
Little Joe's gonna throw down the reel one last time to fish Sam back out.
I think Sam weighs like 50 pounds now.
The very sullen Sam is holding onto the hook when it's reeled back in.
We weigh just as much, if not more, so.
Yeah.
The power of leverage does wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Pulleys, blocks, block and tackle.
Little Joe's fucking claw machine to save out of the pool. He's not removing Sam from the claw. You're just there now.
Just dangling. Alright.
But he will very much follow into the cavern just immediately after he finishes that.
Georgie will haul herself out of the water and follow.
Alright, is that everyone through?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Perceptions from everybody.
Yay! I want to do it at disadvantage because Sam's hanging from a claw.
Hey.
A 5.
No.
A 6.
We're doing so good.
We're so good, you guys.
With a
That's
5,
what
a
Georgie
6,
did
a
for
7, 13, and 23. God. Alright. You know what? This makes some sense because it was a medium-sized space you guys came from. There was, plenty of room to move around in. This is big. This is big space. Big fucking cavern. Oh my god. And also, it went from, kind of damp and cold to warm. It's warm in here. It's actually... It's a little warm in here. It's a little bit steamy. But the immediately obvious thing is that image of the city that was on the wall is now in front of you as a real city that is existing.
Whoa.
It is over 100 feet away in the distance, but yeah, it's there. It's real. Dare you even dare to suggest that this might be Atlantis? And so that's the big obvious honkin' thing. Bilgerat with the next. The reason why it's suddenly warm in here is because one of the reasons why the city is so far away is because it is across a chasm that is filled with lava. That'll heat up a room. And also, stretching out on either side of you, it looks like it's other entrances similar to the ones you just came through. There's a few where it's images on the walls, but there's also pools as well, similar to what was in the other room, but almost kind of looking like landing pads, maybe. There's a lot of runes on the walls. He doesn't know arcane stuff outside of a few passing books. Maybe this is all beyond him. 23 with Georgie. Not only is there a city across the way, it is a city with movement. There's people there. So, now that, and also Georgie is also taking a gander at what's on their side of the chasm, and yes, there's the other entry points, but also there's also movement. Is that those people like descending into one of the pools? Wild. They may even be familiar, but it's far enough away that it's not quite a sure thing. And yeah, big splendor. And I think with that is where we're going to cliffhanger off.
Yay!
Oh, hello.
Congratulations, you made it.
Yay!
That's not what this is supposed to look like, but I'm nonetheless getting the vibes of the final alien base in Subnautica. In the lava caverns.
Why
yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah.
I'll be honest, I was not expecting it to take this long for the fact that Mantis can't breathe underwater to be
Come
plot
up.
relevant. You know?
Oh, can I do like one last gag before we
Yes.
cut out?
Yes, you
Little
can.
just like swings the rod overhead, slams Sam into the ground, and the cannonball pops out.
Fucking beautiful.
Gorgeous. Love it.
Has become
Rolls slowly
Kirby.
along the ground.
Hmm.
God. All right.
Oh, it's a good
Congratulations.
session.
Yeah.
Lots of violence.
That was fun. I love violence.
Can't wait for more.
Yes.
All right. I think with that,
Okay, but then
I'll stop
Go
recording.
ahead and yep.
Yeah.
And
everyone.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.